those two together are partially the reason why the Eagles are in the situation that they are in. Because, like, yes, Carson Wentz, he did have a rough season, and there's been some historical greats who have had rough seasons in their fourth, fifth year. So, okay, maybe Carson Wentz is due another opportunity. But as far as, like, Doug Peterson, like, we noticed, like, since the Super Bowl and the departure of Frank Reich, that our offense has been completely stale, predictable, and just can barely move the ball. Like, it would be a shock to see, like, for example, in that Steelers and Browns game,
Yes.
the Browns had 28 points in what, the first quarter?
Yeah.
Yo, we could barely pass 17, like, for an entire game. And that just comes to show you, like, I get it, we had injuries, but there's also no creativeness to the offense. So, like, if the average...
And also no outside perspective. But one of the biggest reasons why, that Peterson was eventually let go was because he wanted to keep everything in-house.
Right.
There was no want or urgency for him to go outside and look for outside perspectives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's kind of... It's interesting, though, because it's like, all right, I heard the Jeffrey Lurie interview the other day where he's like, okay, we're thinking about rebuilding. But then Doug is like, well, I'm trying to win. But, like, technically I could kind of see how they're off. But together in the same sense, because it's like, okay, if you're rebuilding, then maybe promoting within is the right thing instead of going out looking for a big name defensive coordinator or a big name offensive coordinator as well. So maybe promoting within does make sense. But then when you hear Jeffrey Lurie say like, oh, we're on the 3 to 5 rebuild period, so it's just like, I'm confusing. So now you're going to go out and get offensive coordinators. Now you're going to go out and get defensive coordinators. So it's just like they're not seeing eye to eye, and I just don't understand where it went wrong. But at the end of the day, I do appreciate Doug for bringing us that Super Bowl, but I'm over it.
I mean, Carson Wentz's contract officially kicks in. You're well over, I believe, either between $50 or $70 million over the cap. So maybe the reason why Jeffrey Lurie says that we're going to be in a rebuilding process is because they don't have, financially, they just don't have, the money or the draft capital in order for them to compete right away. I mean, sure, the NFC East is going to be, probably, just as equally as bad next year. Nobody repeats. Division winner was 7-9, and Washington gave, fought a good fight against Tampa Bay, but in the end, it's a 7-9 team with an ailing quarterback and a great defense. But you got to look. Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson are getting old. They restructured both Alshon and Malik Jackson's contracts so they can get out of it and save themselves $23 million. Zach Ertz eventually cried during the last presser of the season, saying that this might be his last game. Jason Kelce, once again, he might be on the verge of retirement. Lane Johnson's getting older. Brandon Brooks is getting older. So there's a lot of question marks going into this offseason, not only with just the roster, now with the coach. Like, what direction do you want to head into? Are you going to hire, a more offensive-minded guy? Or, they're now in talks about trying to get another interview with Robert Saleh before the Jets try to clamp him down and try to make...
Who's that?
The defensive coordinator for the 49ers.
Oh, okay.
And they requested an interview with Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who was a former defensive coordinator here in Philadelphia for a few games back in 2012, I believe. And they requested now Arthur Smith, who's the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. And honestly, that's a really interesting one because you see, with Ryan Tannehill, everybody thought Ryan Tannehill was done, especially after the injuries. He goes to Tennessee, along with Derrick Henry. And now Ryan Tannehill once again has a resurgence. He's a Pro Bowler. He's not a world beater, but he's still a decent starter. Give you, solid production, with the wide receivers they got, Corey Davis, A.J. Brown, Juno Smith.
Yeah.
But I don't know what direction, or maybe, they might just keep it simple because they're not, big fans of who they got, and maybe they finally promote Deuce Staley and give him a legitimate shot at being a head coach.
I mean, if we're going along the lines of what Mr. Lurie said, all right, yeah, let's go with Deuce Staley. I mean, we don't necessarily know what Deuce is going to be able to give us, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to give him a shot. It could be something completely different. You don't necessarily need to go out to college to grab a different head coach. We got Deuce here if we're looking to rebuild. I could see if we were a couple pieces away, which we were a few years ago, but I don't know. I still personally feel like we are a couple pieces away. I just think we need to get healthier. That's something we've been saying since 2017. A lot of things are intact for the most part.
I mean, you still got the biggest question mark in the entire organization, and that's the guy that's actually still running the show. That's Howie Roseman.
That's true.
So, And welcome back, Harm. I'm sorry. Like
What's up, Carm?
It was
Welcome
just-
back.
We did like a whole like Tony Kornheiser, Mike Wilbon thing going on. We forgot to include you.
I ain't gonna lie. When you came in, I'm like, she had a Ben Simmons Eagles jersey on. Like, how? Like, how did she get a Ben
I
Simmons
like
Eagles
25,
jersey?
obviously. This is an old school McCoy jersey from back in the day. I wore it in honor of Doug Peterson's final goodbye.
Yes.
And although he didn't play with McCoy as a coach, Coach McCoy, it's just kind of like a goodbye to an old, looking to the new, thinking back on the glory days. So, I felt like it was appropriate.
That's appropriate.
Good old 25. So, hey guys, thanks for having me back. I'm back
Of
in the
course.
flesh.
Welcome back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What's up, my guys? I missed you. What's
I
up?
miss you too. Listen, man,
You
you
know.
went on New Orleans on this.
Yeah,
Right.
I was in New Orleans.
Right.
New Orleans, as
Is
they
it
say
poppin'?
down there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, how was that anyway?
New Orleans is a beautiful city. I
Mhm.
love it there. I can definitely say I'm a fan. It was a little colder than I thought it was going to be because it's so deep south, but it's actually like kind of similar to our weather, but a little warmer. It was a little better.
Okay.
But apparently, I got to come back when it's like not COVID and it's hotter. People are like, you'll love it. I love it.
I love it down there.
Yeah, great shout out to
Food is A1.
Oh yeah, and when I was down there, the Saints were playing against the
Chicago Bears.
yes, and it was it was cool to be down there around the Saints fans. Everyone is like Saints fanatics,
They're
like
so passionate down
from
there.
people in the hotels to the restaurants. Everybody had on Saints stuff.
You saw Lil Wayne down there?
No, I did not, but I heard about his home, the Holy Mecca. They were talking to me about that, Holly Grove.
How you like the architecture?
Really, here's a fun fact I learned. So all the architecture in New Orleans, it is not French at all. It's actually Spanish-based mixed because the original architecture in New Orleans was burned down in a fire like years and years and years ago. And they had two big fires. And then all the architecture that's left is like Spanish influence, but it's not French at all. So they call it the French Quarter, but it's honestly not French architecture. Fun fact.
Interesting.
So you learn some new stuff every day.
I did.
So how about the food?
The food was great. I honestly couldn't say I had a bad meal there. I did have some gumbo from a very questionable spot called Triangle's Deli. And Triangle's Deli, everyone, was a gas station.
Oh.
Really kind of threw me off.
But it was probably banging.
No, but here's the thing. It wasn't.
What?
It was like a
What?
shock because it's like
There's bad gumbo? Wow.
I didn't like it. Here's the thing. I never had gumbo, so I didn't know what to expect.
So you tried it at a gas station first?
But like it was a restaurant. It was a
Just trying-
restaurant because here's what happened.
Just
So
trying to put two and two together.
we get in our Lyft, and our Lyft driver is from New Orleans. She's like, yeah, y'all going on down to Triangle's Deli, get you some gumbo, bring it back to the room. We're like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? We'll do that because it's COVID. You know what I mean? Like, cool. So we go over there. We think it's a deli, like a corner deli.
Right,
We
like
pull
how
up-
it is here.
Right. We pull up. It's a gas station. I'm like, yo. So, crazy story. So we pull up. Our Uber driver takes us there. She's like, what are you guys doing in this neighborhood? We're like, I don't know. Our Uber driver told us that this place called Triangles is good. She's like, oh no. Redo your trip. I'm gonna wait for you. We're like, okay. She's
Oh,
like,
wow.
she was like, I was just a part of it. I almost got in a drive-by shooting over here the other day when I was doing a ride. I'm like, great.
Oh, so you were exploring.
Right. So she's like, listen, I'm worried for you. Extend your ride. I'm gonna wait. We're like, all right, cool. She's like, you know what? I don't want to be weird, but take this baton.
Oh.
And she had a baton in her car. And she gave us the baton and she told us to take it and be safe. We're
Dang.
like, we're from Philly. I think we'll be all right. She's like, no, this is New Orleans. I'm like,
Shoot,
okay.
you had more
No, man,
protection.
listen. Bad things happen in Philadelphia. I mean, she don't know.
Oh.
Right. So,
Find out.
right. It was just kind of funny because it's like she was so genuine and sweet. She's like, listen, take this baton. We're like, okay, we took it. But the gumbo was not really good. It was kind of
From
disappointing.
the gas station.
From the
I
gas
was gonna say.
station. But here's the
You don't
thing.
want to insult people.
No.
There's some good gumbo.
No, no doubt.
I mean, you're about to.
I've had some great gumbo down there.
I'm about to say, like, listen, we got to.
Oh, weren't you about to go
What?
to New Orleans?
New Orleans? No.
Where are you going again?
Vegas, right?
No, I'm going to Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, you going?
Oh,
Oh,
Bama.
Yeah, Senior Bowl.
oh, I don't know
right.
why I
Oh,
thought it was in New
yeah.
Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was there.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. By the way, since you want to go to New Orleans, without us, you know what? We planned the Vegas trip.
I heard about that
Gotta be
Vegas
out.
trip. What's
We're gonna
up?
Take flight. We're gonna
Listen,
be out.
y'all listen. It's not a party till crimes there. What's up? I'm pulling up with the
We'll
boys.
talk about it off air.
Yeah.
Run it back sports in Vegas, Vegas
I
edition.
don't know about all that.
Oh, that would be fun.
Wouldn't it be fun?
We could
Like,
Nah,
just
I don't
do
know
run it
about
back right on the strip, man.
That would be lit. We could.
We had Chris in his tank top.
Could. I was gonna say that baton that they gave you. That was
Why,
more
why,
protection.
why is me in a tank top was like the first thing you thought of?
Because I was just like, hey, Chris would be so like, spiffy and fresh in his tank.
Spiffy?
Yeah.
Spiffy. It's a nice, interesting choice.
Anyway.
Sparkling.
Anyway, speaking of New Orleans, and the atmosphere down there, I think it's best time to talk about the playoff games.
Oh wait, hold on. Before we move on, I got one thing I wanted to add from the Eagles.
Yeah.
So all right, so you guys are both aware that currently we have the number 6 pick in the draft after that debacle that happened, the final game against the Washington Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I pulled up some numbers. All right, so what I got here, I got the last number 6 draft picks of the draft. So basically, where I'm trying to go with this is like, even though Howie's probably going to still be our general manager, he can't mess this up too much. Like, he really can't. So I'm going to start with 2015. So 2015, Leonard Williams, defensive end. He's a one-time Pro Bowler. He actually had 11.5 sacks this year playing for the New York Giants. Okay, so that's not bad so far. We got Ronnie Stanley, who's a tackle. He's also a one-time Pro Bowler, first team All-Pro, which is another good pick. Okay, so now we're talking about Pro Bowlers here. 2017, you guys know Jamal Adams. He definitely put a hurting on us this year. 3-time Pro Bowler. 2018, Quentin Nelson, who's an offensive tackle. 3-time Pro Bowler.
Fall of football.
He's
I love me some Quentin
He's
Nelson,
tough,
man.
bro. And he's only been in the league only 3 years.
What team does he play for?
He's on the Colts. And then last year, Daniel Jones. And then the year, 2020. I'm sorry, 2019, Daniel Jones. And then 2020, Justin Herbert. So basically what I'm saying is, with us at the number 6 pick, Howie can't mess this up that much. You would hope, right? I mean, we're talking about, for the most part, everyone's essentially a Pro Bowler or have gotten an amazing type of award, minus Daniel Jones so far. So that's what I would say. So what do you think?
Listen, either way, whether it be a wide receiver or honestly, I'm just going to be on the air and just say this: I'd rather get Patrick Surtain Jr. the second from Alabama, because I feel like,
why would you want to do that? I mean, everybody is so hype on Devonta Smith. I mean, he just had an outstanding game in the national championship game.
Because as much as that, Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase are the more appealing picks.
Right.
We finally got a wide receiver. We redeemed ourselves from all the wide receivers that we missed over the past 2 years. Tim Lauren, DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson. We know the whole swan song at this point.
Right.
But here's the thing. We need starting corners. Avonte Maddox is not a starting corner. Nicole Robbie Coleman is a free agent. He's going to be gone. Jalen Mills is also going to be a free agent as well. He's not going to be back either, and I don't want him starting outside anyway. Outside of Darius Slay, and when Darius Slay went down, our secondary got a lot worse.
Yeah.
So imagine the fact that we're going up against twice a year against guys like physical wide receivers like Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, Darius Slayton, and Sterling Shepard, Terry McLaurin, and Washington, adds another wide receiver on top of that.
Right.
We're going to need physical corner. We're going to need physical and quality corners on the outside, and Patrick Surtain is definitely a fit there.
Yeah, no, when we talked about this off air, I agree with you, because it's like, at first, I still want Devontae Smith. Don't get me wrong. I still would love to have him. I still feel like we need another playmaker. But at the end of the day, I mean, you bring up a very valid point with, having another cornerback, because we need a shutdown guy, for sure. There's a lot of times where, when you get first-round draft picks, they got to come in and be an impact immediately. And the past few years, our first-round draft picks have not come in and made an impact immediately. So it's time that the Eagles go ahead and just take a leap of faith. And look, at the end of the day, at the 6th pick, because I don't think Devontae Smith will be there anymore, but if he is there, I'd say take him over Jamar Chase. But, I mean, if Patrick Surtain is there, which he probably will be, because a lot of draft boards have him going between the 8 and 12 range. If he's there, I mean, I wouldn't argue taking, or honestly trading back and see if we can get 2 late first-round picks. I need guys who can come in and affect the team, right away. We still have issues at the linebacker position. We always talk about the secondary. I feel like all my life, the Eagles wide receivers have been bad. I mean, outside of Terrell Owens and Deshaun Jackson, I feel like we've rarely had any wide receivers whatsoever. So there's still a lot of holes that we need fixed on this team. Hey, maybe even a power back who can get us a solid second and third or anything like that. Like there's just a lot of things that the Eagles still need to have addressed at the end of the day to make sure that we are a well-rounded team and we won't have to continue to put everything on the back of our quarterback.
And the last time the Philadelphia Eagles drafted a cornerback in the first round was 2002, and it was. Do you guys remember?
Is it Lito Shepard?
Yes,
That's my
correct.
guy. That's my guy.
Lito Shepard, also from the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
He was a two-time Pro Bowler, one-time All-Pro.
Right.
Back in 2004, which was the year we went to the Super Bowl.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how mad would you be with like at the number 6 pick, Howie does like something completely
like,
left field
what?
like he always does, like take another quarterback.
Come on,
It wouldn't be a shock.
that would be crazy. Like there would be upheaval.
There's no way he takes another quarterback.
We're a
We would
quarterback.
have been.
We're a
We would
quarterback
attack the
factory.
link.
We're a quarterback
We
factory.
would be like at the Capitol at the link.
No, honestly, at this point,
You might.
listen with the now the departure of Doug Peterson, all eyes are on Howie now.
Yeah.
Howie has zero excuse to not get a player. They need to get a player at an impact player, somebody who's gonna be on not only be on the roster but be a starter week 1.
Oh yeah.
So whether it's Patrick Surtain or Devontae Smith falls to 6, or if it gets Jamar Chase,
Right.
or to get the linebacker from Penn State, Micah Parsons, or even so like you trade back because like you're not a fan of like how this draft is going, to somebody wants to move up and get like one of these quarterbacks, whether it be Justin Fields or Zach Wilson. Like even I'll do that, but Howie has zero excuse not to hit on this first round pick this year. Period.
I don't know, bro. I'm
Listen,
still.
Nobody in Philadelphia trusts Howie Roseman,
No.
except for Jeffrey Lurie.
Fire
That's
Howie.
crazy.
You seen the messages?
Yes. It was crazy. Like.
Fire him.
It's like no one's listening. I just feel like if they take more, even though I know we're gonna talk about the Sixers later, but I feel like if they take more of a Sixers approach and just redo the entire front office and get more people who are involved and have more football minds in here, like I would love if we could somehow get Louis Riddick, like just giving him first off as a black man, so I'm down with that. Giving him an opportunity at the end of the day, because a lot of black men don't get an opportunity in that role to be a general manager. So like for him to go out there and show his stuff, that would be fantastic. So I know he's got some offers out there now at this point. It just all depends on like, all right, is it worth it? Like I'm not trying to come in here and be on like some rebuild type stuff, but I think it all just depends on everything that what type of team that you might have in order to take that shot. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like with Doug, it's a lot of kind of people were on both sides of it. I know people have talked to me and told me like this is a mistake. How can you fire Doug just because he's had one bad season when he hasn't had a full roster, everyone's hurt, and the talent. And then some people were like, well, you had to see him go to see what's really the problem. Like I've heard so many people's opinions on this, and some people are really pissed that Doug Peterson is gone because it's like, yo, he led us to our first ring and how long? You know what I mean? So it's like people are upset, and I feel like it's kind of like a bittersweet. I think it's like it got to that point where something had to be done, and it's just that Doug had to go off first, and just Doug had to kind of go off first. I mean, I definitely think Howie needs to go. If Doug went, Howie should go too. I don't think they should keep one or the other because it's like you're not really trying to remedy the problem. Like you kind of like. You put the Band-Aid for Doug. All right, so here's we're gonna heal this one, but it's like you still have this other cut here that you need something for. So what are we gonna do?
Needs stitches.
Right. So it's like, I mean, I know people. Here's the thing: it's that Philly mentality of like loyalty of what works, what doesn't work, and people have such hard left to right opinions, especially because we were on a bowl with him. You know what I mean? Not too long ago. It's not like it was 10 years ago. It was recent.
It was very recent, within the past 5 years.
Right. So it's like, and then we still have Carson. The question of Carson. So it's like. I don't think it was a bad decision, but I feel like it's truly one of those things that we will have to just time will tell if we really did the right thing. But either way, I think that something had to be done. So I'm not mad at pulling the trigger. Yeah. It's just kind of like, all right, if you're gonna pull the trigger, let's just go all out. Let's just do it.
It's funny that you say that because like, all right, so hypothetically, right? Let's just say we're going blind. So say we're looking for a coach that has won a Super Bowl, who's been into the playoffs 3 out of the 5 years. Like, who else has that resume?
Right.
And it's crazy. We just let go of that.
Right.
So it comes to show you like there's a lot of hidden factors into this. Like I don't put it all on Doug because he didn't create the roster, but what we saw on the field, essentially like from like the play calling and defense, et cetera, that comes down to him at the end of the day. So that's what's like the super frustrating part about it.
Yeah, because it comes down to him, but then it's like everyone has their roles to play. You know what I mean? Like underdog. So it's like it's a team sport. It's a team coaching staff. But yes, he is the head coach. He's the final say. But it's kind of like, I don't know. Like I feel it's kind of like I feel very bittersweet right now about that.
And once again, you're listening to Uptown Radio, WJYN 98.5, Running Back Sports Show, Sports for the Culture. Chris Thomas, Mark Thompson, Carm. If you want to call in, give the call number, Mark.
Number is 215-763-9596.
Yeah, sorry about the phones, everybody. I made sure that I fixed it so you guys can call in now.
The phone lines is hot. They open.
Yep.
Hit a line.
Yep, absolutely. So, speaking of, you were in New Orleans, down there, saw Saints fans live and animated, especially speaking of animated,
Oh,
we
yeah.
had our first football game live on Nickelodeon.
It was lit.
Yes.
It
Right.
was lit. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed every second of it.
I mean, if I got to choose between CBS and Nickelodeon, I hate CBS. Like, I hate CBS. I feel like I've always listened to like a 1950s broadcast when it's CBS. So I'm like, yo, Nick all day. And then you got players getting slimed and finding out like little fun facts. And our side conversation today is actually like, what's our favorite or top 3 Nickelodeon shows? So that's going to be exciting to talk about.
Good topic, guys.
But I did like that broadcast. I thought it was pretty dope. And it's rather smart of the NFL to do because it's like, I feel like the NFL, we know it. It's not now, but in like 10 to 15 years, it's going to be like a dying sport. So you might as well get the audience of kids now. So they're like, hey, mommy, I want mommy, daddy, I want to try maybe playing football. So I thought it was a great idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
I enjoyed it. Nate Burleson killed it.
Nate Burleson was dope. I didn't even know he was that good.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I actually would love to listen to him again.
yeah, no, he does Good Morning Football literally every morning.
I didn't have a clue.
On the NFL Network. It's him, 2 other guys, and I think their host, Kay Adams. They do a really good job in there.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. But as far as the game, the Saints and Bears, I thought it was going to be more of a fight. That joint, it was just a little bit overwhelming Saints. Like, I didn't think it would be like that.
Honestly, it's because plain and simple. The Saints Bears offense is not that good.
It's not.
It's not.
Why didn't they put in Nick Foles? Is he still hurt? I didn't think he was hurt. Because the offense looks super stale.
I mean, the offense was stale when Nick was in there, so I don't think it didn't matter at this point, like what quarterback was in there.
At least Mitch can run a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, but the play column doesn't anyway. The play column was bad, but the Saints defense was really
They were all over Montgomery.
Yeah, the Saints defense was flying all over. They're one of the best defenses in the league. Offensively, Drew Brees did just enough. He wasn't, war breaking like top 5 all time.
He's not anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't need to. So overall, good win for the Saints. Now you got your third rematch of the season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And let's talk about that game.
I'm down.
Listen, man, I'm calling it the Taylor Heineke game.
Oh, we're not even gonna talk. We're not even gonna talk about the Bucks versus the Redskins. I can't.
The Washington
football team.
Yeah, the Taylor Heineke game.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
man. Listen, Washington put up a fight, man.
They did.
Yeah, listen,
They got 3 more points than I expected them to get.
Yeah, listen, I didn't expect, especially with Alex Smith not starting. I didn't think this game was going to be close. The reason why I picked, last week, because I thought the impression was Alex Smith was going to be there.
You really, Chris, can you look at me right now?
Yes.
You really thought Alex Smith was going to make a difference?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
I
I thought he
guess
was
that's
gonna
how
play.
y'all really feel. I never saw it coming at all.
But, listen,
Never thought.
well, listen, Taylor Heineke was making like all the immediate throws. The guy had a Superman touchdown.
He was making the best out of his opportunity.
Yeah. And honestly, I thought, because, all 4 first-round picks, on that Washington line, listen, all you got to do is get to Brady, at least, 2 to 3 times to knock off his timing.
And they did. They got to him. They sacked him 3 times.
Yeah. But it wasn't one of those, hits that, tone-setting hits.
Right.
Chase Young was completely neutralized.
Yeah. They made sure.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of have to. That dude is a whole different animal and athlete. Yeah. Another thing, I'm kind of happy that I'm always thinking Patriots, but I'm kind of happy that Tampa Bay, they actually ran. They gave the ball to Leonard Fournette. He played absolutely well. He did 19 carries for 93 yards and a touchdown. So it was good to see a lot of run, similar to how Drew Brees helped the Saints win.
Yeah.
I'd say Tom Brady did about the same.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything super spectacular. I mean, Mike Evans looked good. which I didn't know he was. I didn't think he was going to look that good coming off the injury.
Antonio Brown looked good too.
Antonio Brown also looked good. Chris Goodwin looked good. I mean, Godwin looked good.
No, he didn't. Dropped way too many passes.
Hey, he contributed points though. We'll give him that.
Listen, he contributed points, but there were a lot of drop passes that were way too not too keen on my liking.
Good thing he has those guys to cover it up
Yeah.
and look good. So I thought that was overall, it was what I expected from them.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And last certainly not least for the Saturday slate, Bills and Colts.
Oh, that was a fun game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that game. I'm mad the Bills didn't cover the spread. They messed up my parlay per usual. I have not won money in a couple weeks, so I think I should take a break. But yeah, anyway, they messed up my spread.
Listen, if you or a loved one has a problem, dial 1-800-GAMBLER.
Chill. I told you we gotta get them as a sponsor at this point because all we're talking about is betting. Talking about 1-800-GAMBLER.
No, all you do is talk about gambling.
Hey.
We'll get more into that, momentarily. But
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But the Bills won their first playoff game in 25 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, listen.
1995.
Yeah.
I was 6.
I was 3.
Dang. Crazy. Nah, they look. I mean, they look alright. Still look good. I think they still have pretty good momentum.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Carmen was a toddler and developing, her developing her bias for light skinned people.
I knew this.
Here you go. Come back to the slander, man. Come back to the slander.
Oh, you thought he left that in 2020?
Yeah, I thought this was in 2020, but we're picking it up. We're picking it up.
Chris was just waiting for his opportunity. He couldn't wait.
Wow, Chris. Thanks for that. Let's start 2021 off with a bang.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's a better way than a bunch of other people, started 2021.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair. About the Sunday games, we already talked about the Saints and Bears. Who else played Sunday?
The Titans and Ravens.
Yeah, bro, beef that was like a freaking grudge match. Dang, got a little chippy there. The Titans. I was surprised for your boy. They weren't doing crap.
I was disappointed.
They weren't doing
I
nothing.
picked them to win.
The Ravens were taking it to him, but I think it
Lamar Jackson was taking it.
It got personal. It was personal.
That's why I picked Baltimore. It was
personal.
Lamar Jackson was due. Listen, here's the thing: a competitor like that is yo, listen, I'm tired of getting slandered.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the reigning MVP, and y'all talking like sideways about me. Cool.
You heard what he said after that touchdown?
Yeah.
We can't say it on air, but I felt that when I seen him do that and throw that ball at the pads, I'm like, oh, he's not playing today.
Yeah, and
he's not playing.
And Marcus Peters, picked on Ryan Tannehill and they danced on him.
The logo.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, receipts are getting dished out.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
And you saw Lamar Jackson. As soon as that game ended, he's like, yeah, I'm going to the locker room before it gets any worse.
He didn't shake no hands, just left. But
he's focused.
But the Titans were right. I mean, as bad as they played, they were right there. They were down a touchdown.
Yeah.
So it's like if he didn't throw that pick, they could have possibly, ran it down and got a touchdown. I mean, it's possible.
It is. But I'm gonna be honest. Watching that game kind of reminded me of watching us, the Eagles. They were so predictable. You knew
what they were
that Derrick Henry was getting the ball. They were forcing it. I didn't see him get shut down like that all season. Before the ball is even hyped, and he can even hand it off to Derrick Henry, he's already getting popped and tossed around like a little kid. There was no stiff arms coming whatsoever. So I mean, it was very interesting to see. We got a caller?
Yeah, I mean, their wide receiver wasn't even in.
Yeah. No,
Davis. The last
runs,
at the end, they took him out. He was just sitting there holding on to his pads, looking. I'm like, is he hurt? Is he just not playing? Or what happened?
Listen, the Ravens had the perfect game plan. Stop Derrick Henry at the 9 in the box. Take away that play action. Listen, A.J. Brown is a grown man, though.
Oh, yo. We talk about DK Metcalf a lot.
Yeah,
we don't give AJ Brown enough credit.
We need to start talking about that.
Because they were similar.
Yeah, they were former teammates at Ole Miss, and kind of playing like DK Metcalf now gets all the press, and AJ Brown is just being that silent assassin.
Yeah,
and speaking of, we got our first caller, 98.5 WJYN.
Where's my theme music, boy?
Oh. Hey, Dad, how's it going?
Oh, word? You can defend Balor theme music?
Oh, Mr. Norris, this is
special request.
This is your thing.
Whoa!
I mean, Dad, we already played it for you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Just an aside. Getting gumbo from the gas station in New Orleans is the same as getting from a car wash up here in Philadelphia.
I didn't know, but you're right. You're
Come on,
definitely right.
gas station gumbo, really.
But like our Uber driver recommended this. She said it was a deli, so I'm thinking it's an actual deli. Then we pull up in the lift.
The gas station, she just didn't know.
I know, but here's the thing: we already paid for that lift. You know, we were hungry. We're like, all right, maybe it's gonna be one of those hidden gems that is a gas station, but it's really good. But it wasn't.
You know, you went over botulism or something called out.
But listen, Mr. Norris, it was like a restaurant. Like they had like a menu thing. They had like trays that you scooped your food out of. It was like kind of legit, but it was just like, I mean, okay, you're right. You're right. I was tripping.
Dad, you're gonna have to repeat yourself. We're having a hard time hearing you on your end. Yes.
I'm praying for a wide receiver factory. That would be fantastic. I'm nervous. I think he can. That's why I went down the line talking about the last number six picks. There's like no way he can mess this up. Like he might be that one where the Giants mess around and took Daniel Jones and they shouldn't have. Like that could potentially be us, and that's what scares me. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's deep. That's deep. That's a no-go. Oh, that line ticked me off. I'm like, there's a such thing as called trading up. Like I could not believe he said that, making the fan base look like absolute idiots. That was frustrating.
Yeah, and honestly, blaming the fact that we didn't draft Justin Jefferson because Doug Peterson wanted Jalen Reagor. I'm like, no.
Yeah, and Justin Jefferson was after us, so I don't want to hear that.
I remember that. And they hit on their picks.
Right.
Heineken. Heineken.
Y'all call him Michelob, Coors. That Miller Lite.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question for you. Who would you bring in next, or do you still need more time to figure it out? Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
He's in Houston right now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, could be a lot worse. It could be. I mean, Dad, you were alive during the Kotai days, right?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're not gonna do this every week. You good in our book. You know that. You know that.
Oh,
Listen, Dad. I text you every time before you go on the show to make sure that we give you, a platform to vent on, man. Come on,
We appreciate it.
and we appreciate it, man. Listen. Mhm. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's a lot of cursing.
Mhm. Anyway, Dad, our off-topic question is because the Saints Bears game was on Nickelodeon. What's your favorite all-time show that came off from Nickelodeon?
Oh man. Okay.
those are new to me. Yeah, I have no idea what those are.
Yeah, what streaming platform that's on? That's on Boomerang?
That's Cartoon Network, okay, Mark?
Something like that.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, with the giant blinking numbers for like cable channels. I take you've seen season 3 of Cobra Kai then, right? Yeah. All right, listen, Dad. If you got time, it's on Netflix now, so go ahead and watch it. Season 3 is a treat.
Appreciate
Thank you.
you as
problem.
always.
Appreciate you. No more. I'm done.
All right, Dad. See you.
Bye.
I'm surprised you only had a BGs after that.
My sister did. She was
Oh.
sick. I hate to bring this up because she's gonna be mad at me, but my sister was like sick. Like she was like, I knew it wasn't good. But here's the thing.
Oh, guts.
We had the she actually like bleh. Listen, the difference is we had the same thing except she got ribs and I got fish. And I think the ribs did her in because I was good. Like you know what I mean? So I think the ribs did her in.
It's probably the pork ribs that did it.
You know we down for the pork, so it was just like
right.
you already know. But
And once again, you're listening to Uptown Radio WJYN 98.5, Running Back Sports for the Culture. Chris, Mark, and Karn. And we're talking NFL. NBA is going to be coming at the top of the hour, and our off-topic discussion today is, since the game was broadcast on Nickelodeon, what is your favorite all-time Nickelodeon show?
Let's get into that a bit. So I wrote something down real quick.
you wrote them down
real quick. I just did it right now.
Go ahead, Mike.
So all right. So I wrote them down. So Doug was one of my joints.
Doug funny.
Yo, Doug was my
man.
joint. That was like, dude. I was hyped.
Doug is a classic.
And
Honestly, the only reason why I like Doug because Doug was left-handed, and like.
that's so
Are
random.
you left-handed?
Yeah, I'm left-handed.
Me
so,
too.
I never knew Doug was
Wait,
left-handed.
you're left-handed? I am too.
Yeah.
Are you left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Dang, you messing it up?
I'm not. I don't have, my hand does not get smeared when I'm right. I'm good.
Hey, shut up. That's a real struggle.
My bad. Y'all took that personal.
Yeah, I did.
Keenan and Kel
Okay.
got to. Like, I mean, I feel like,
Just the intro, man.
oh, here it goes. Like, absolutely. I feel like orange soda, like, stocks went off the roof. Like, I
Right?
feel like I didn't really drink orange soda like that, but I felt like I was required to after watching.
I don't
Keenan
even
and
like
Kel.
soda, so hey.
Orange
So
soda,
me.
definitely. Oh, yeah. Oh, here it goes.
Hey.
Oh, shoot.
Key to the
hey,
Kel.
Dude, this reminds me of
Hey.
nights in the summer as a youngin'.
Yeah.
I just came in after running around all day.
Honestly, I was a kid during this time, but I love this era. Like Keenan and Kel, Figure It Out, Double Dare.
Yeah, remember? Yo, I got Guts on here. Remember Guts?
Yeah.
Guts was so.
I have no
fun.
idea what Gus is.
Guts, you don't know what Guts is? Basically, it was like a game show, but it was like an athletic game show for like kids. And you
Yeah.
have like teams.
I know Double Dare. I don't know Guts though.
Yeah, no Guts, but it was like more like. What was the one? Like they would climb up like this big mountain. They
Yeah.
could get like knocked off of the mountain. Like it was mad.
Yeah,
fun.
they had a bunch of game shows during like the 90s. It was that,
Yeah.
Figure It Out.
Remember Legends of the
Hidden
Hidden Temple?
Temple?
That was my joint.
Yeah.
And they'd be running through the maze, and then like one of the temple guards would grab them, and it's like, oh dang,
For
that was
sure.
pretty fun.
Oh,
Did you
man.
watch Legends of the Hidden Temple?
I never seen that either.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why. I haven't seen a couple of them. I know what it is, but I just never really remember watching
Listen,
it.
them Jones was intense.
Hey, remember Cousin Skeeter?
Yo,
That was the ish.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I had a little like cousin Skeeter like figure
Yeah.
when I was a youngin'.
Wait, so Chris, what's your top?
I was a Nickelodeon kid growing up. That was my network over Cartoon Network.
Oh yeah.
But it's kind of hard for me to pin down because like I love like a bunch of shows. For like a bunch of different reasons.
Mhm.
But all time it's SpongeBob. I feel like that's like
Damn,
I don't
SpongeBob?
know about that.
That's
listen,
taking it really kind of modern.
yeah.
that's a
it is.
modern-
Like it came out in '99. Like I can watch like the first like 4 seasons of SpongeBob and recite all the shows and like recite all the dialogue like by verbatim.
No, I love SpongeBob too.
Yeah.
I used to love SpongeBob.
I mean, like, and one thing like my dad didn't tell you was like he like times over like when I spend weekends over at my grandmother's house, like I would just be glued to the TV watching SpongeBob.
Right.
and just watching Mr. Krabs being a cheesesteak and Squidward just hating everything, and I realized I'm just like, man, Squidward's like taking it like really hard, and
He
once you
did.
get older, I'm just like, man, Squidward got a point.
Right,
But,
Squidward was
But
spitting.
yeah, it's that. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's also Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold. to
Oh,
me,
Hey Arnold is a
Definitely Hey Arnold.
classic.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of diversity, I feel like it's probably like the best show in terms of like character diversity. Different characteristics.
Mhm.
You got people like Gerald. Helga. With her.
Earl was my guy.
Yeah, Helga.
Mr. Wong.
Yeah, Mr. Wong. You got Oscar. The bum.
Yeah.
Oscar.
You keep the money.
What's his girl's name?
Susie, make me a
Susie.
sandwich.
Susie.
Yo, and I'm just like, dog, like, I hated him back then, and like watching now, I'm like,
Now
dog, like, he gotta be, he
Doing
gotta
something.
be packing
Right.
in order for him to get away with
Right,
the stuff
with
he be
Susie.
doing.
Yeah, he gotta be doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny. What about yours, Con?
I'd say my number one would have to be. I'm gonna go with Rugrats, which is a
Yeah.
I knew
classic.
someone would say.
I love Rugrats. And then I think my number two would have to be. I think I would have like three more. I would say Rugrats.
Mhm.
I love Agro Monsters.
Yeah.
That's my
Yo,
ish.
I do
That was
remember
my
that.
ish.
Yes.
Rocket Power was my ish.
Definitely Rocket Power.
And then
yes.
I really loved but was so petrified of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes.
That
We
was
used to go
like-
on at 5.
Yeah, like that. Like I'm
Honestly,
telling you.
Goosebumps like was more terrifying for me. than-
Goosebumps was one too.
No. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like I can still in my head picture like the swinging in the dark and the
Mhm.
creek. Like I used to get petrified of art. Like I used to like be like scared. Like
Yo,
watch it with my sisters. Like can we watch it together?
They
Like
used to be trying to turn off the lights like when we watch. I'm like, nah. Those stay on.
That
No,
shit-
no.
that stuff
Don't do that.
scared me.
Y'all better keep that on.
But it was
Stop
such a
playing
good
with
show.
that.
It was a good show.
Like, I used to threaten them without turning on the news. But
Yeah.
stop playing with me.
Yeah, look, did any of you have bought the Rugrats movies like the VHSs?
Oh,
with,
yeah.
Like and it came in like orange.
Yeah, the orange.
Yes,
the
I
orange
do remember that.
cassettes.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, so
And even the movies are classic. Rugrats in Paris, classic.
Yeah.
they're alright.
What?
Can I tell y'all one thing
Take
from
me
Rugrats
there.
that's
I
still
wanna
with me
go
to this
there.
day?
Take what?
Remember that episode when Chucky ate the watermelon seed
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and then the watermelon
It's
grew
growing
inside
his
him?
stomach.
Yeah.
To this day, I have never swallowed a watermelon seed.
See? It
'Cause I'm
teaches
like,
you
that
life
joint-
oh, you're
lessons.
paranoid.
I'm paranoid. I'm like, that joint's not growing inside of me.
It teaches you life lessons, man. Don't do it.
Right, like,
Yeah.
like if I'm making
man.
watermelons, I'm picking all the seeds out.
Look, man, we got responsibilities.
Right, can't be turning into a watermelon out
Oh
here.
my god.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
to
God.
this day, like,
Angelica, she was such a mean little
it
girl.
was terrible.
Susie, everyone loves Susie.
Yeah.
Because Susie was like, you know what I mean? The cool one, the
I
nice
think the
one.
I love the subtle hints where like every time when like something's about to go down with like the kids, Susie would get out of there. I'm like, you know what? This is the perk. I'm like, listen, I love the fact that Rugrats like signified like back during the days, it was like black people minding their own business.
Yeah, we out of here. We gotta go.
But like we ain't getting CPS called.
Facts. We gotta roll.
Yeah, that's classic. And Rocket Power was classic. I love Reggie Rocket. Like, she was tearing it
That
up
was
on the
Otto's
board.
sister?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Otto's
was Otto's
sister.
sister.
Yeah, Reggie's that girl. Like, she
Okay.
just, she's looking for the girls.
Yeah, Rocket Power was, and listen, one of my,
That was
the one,
fun.
no, but the one scene that always stuck out to me is like when he was on that beach.
Raymundo?
Yeah, no, and
Remember
and like,
Raymundo?
and like one of the guys like kicked like sand in the potato salad. Sam was like, "They got sand in the potato salad."
Oh man, good times. That's
I'm
when
telling
life was easy.
Yeah,
Classics.
yeah.
Now.
You said a good one, though. Cat Dog? Or,
Wait, that was
Cat Dog
Yeah.
is
That was
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
With the kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
He was like a little kangaroo. Rocko's Modern Life.
Rocko's Modern.
that was Nickelodeon. too?
Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
It
That was
was-
that was
okay.
Oh,
mid '90s.
For some
Oh,
reason, I
Nickelodeon.
thought those were Cartoon Network.
No.
shows.
That's like Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo,
No, that was Cartoon
Dexter.
Yeah,
No,
no, but-
that's Cartoon Network.
Network. Okay.
Yeah, trust me, I know the difference. Listen, I watched nothing but cartoons growing up.
Well,
so.
now to come to think about it, I guess I was a Nickelodeon kid. 'Cause half of those shows I swore was
Yeah.
on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
I didn't like Cat Dog because they never explained like how they go to the bathroom.
Really, bro? That's what you was thinking?
Certain
Yes.
things in cartoons you just it's
No,
unspoken.
I gotta know. Like,
Maybe they don't.
Maybe they don't.
listen, sometimes I need answers. I'm sorry, I'm a curious kid. I need answers.
You need to know how to use it. Maybe I'm not gonna get into it.
What about? I hated this show. I never. Every time it came on, I turned it
What?
off.
Which show?
Wild Thornberries.
What? I love
Never
wild
gave that
thornberries. Eliza.
That got no burn over here.
The wild
Smashing.
thornberries.
Yeah, nah, I never.
Nigel Thornberry and the little monk. Oh my God! What?
Do you remember the movie Rugrats Go Wild?
Yeah.
Nah,
With Eliza and
Yeah.
then I remember that.
I was probably outside.
Like when I looked at the cast, I'm like, I can't believe Nicolas Cage. They got Nicolas Cage to do the voice of Spike the dog.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
Damn.
Nickelodeon is great. I love.
We got. I was gonna say we got 8 minutes left of this segment before we hop into hoops. Did you want to get some things off your chest about the national championship game last night, or did you want to continue to talk about the possible matchups this upcoming weekend with the NFL? You let me know.
It was a national championship game. I thought it was what I expected. As soon as I saw the way they were going at defending Devontae Smith or the lack of defensive Devontae Smith, it was
Definitely a lack.
Yeah. I knew it was going to be a wash. Our offense is our team this year. Ohio State. It's probably one of the weaker renditions of the team. Is Justin Fields or bust. And when Trey Sermon got hurt on the first play of the game and had to eventually go to the hospital because of that shoulder injury, I'm like, yeah, we're going to be in for a long night. The team wasn't healthy, and no team was beating Alabama this year. Mac Jones, even an injured Jalen Waddle, Najee Harrison, even so, they had a bunch of guys who are definitely going to be in the fold next year. That was still running all over us.
Yeah, the one thing that I immediately saw right away, number one, like I told you last week, I was definitely taking Alabama with the spread. They definitely covered that, Joe.
Here we go to just betting.
Yeah, you know. So they definitely covered that, Joan. But watching Alabama, they are really like the 33rd NFL football team. Like, they were all adults. Like, they legit look like an NFL team. Like, everyone was just bigger than everybody. They looked very well polished.
Yeah, they have a 6'5", 340-pound
offensive lineman. Like, are you
who
kidding?
hasn't allowed a sack in 3 years?
Yeah, when I saw that stat, I'm like, okay, so
Oh yeah.
where is
that
he getting
one
drafted
guy. He
to?
was huge.
Is he coming out?
Yeah.
What's his name again? Forgot his name. That dude is big.
I'll look it up, but he's definitely a first-round talent as well.
Yeah. Question on this: do you think that this national championship game hurt Justin Fields' stock or raised it?
Hurt.
Why you say it
In my
hurt?
opinion. I mean, from me just watching it, not even breaking down his percentages, whatever. He just didn't look like he was carrying the team. He didn't look like he was leading them to victory.
I mean, to be fair, the play calling was also atrocious. They constantly kept running the ball, first on second down, especially with Trey Sermon out and Max Teague in there. It put Fields into way too many third and long positions. But when you saw, the one thing that I saw is that there were throws in which he got a few touchdowns called back, but those throws were right on the money.
And that was at the end of the game. A lot of those calls were BS.
Yeah.
Too. They robbed him of the touchdown.
Yeah, they robbed them to at least.
And it was twice on the same drive.
Yeah, listen, it was still a blowout regardless, but there were at least 2 or 3 touchdowns that they were way too ticky-tacky.
But even when they ran the ball, I feel like they just looked like they were exerting so much effort but weren't getting anywhere. I feel like with Alabama, they looked like they were just we're rolling. It looked like it was effortless.
Yeah, we're missing a bunch of key guys on the defensive line, and but overall, Alabama is just a cut above everybody else, especially this year.
But the thing about it is when the guy, what's his name, the one got ejected for the unsportsmanlike
battle.
Yes, when he did that, I was listening to the commentary, and just my thought of it. He was like, oh, people are so touchy about sports and about contact, and he was saying something about these. I know people love the physicality of football. I'm like, physicality of football. These kids are 19 to 21. Relax. I understand this is football, and you want a form of physicality. But for me, I think what you said earlier when you said that 10, 15 years football is going to be kind of going out, is because you guys are expecting such gore and physicality, and I understand it's college at a high level, but it's still they're still young men. You know what I mean? I feel like people want to see hit him hard, get him at it. It's just what, you know what I mean? It's just do you understand the repercussions of this physicality that you want?
Yeah.
I'm not bleeding heart, but it's just I don't really understand.
No, I agree. One of my friends who's a big Ohio State fan, she lives in Ohio. She said the main reason why she doesn't want her son eventually playing football is because of that.
Physicality.
Yeah. She doesn't want nothing to happen to all these head injuries is great. And you're constantly seeing it, all these, fortunately a few years ago with Junior Seau You know,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stringer Seau's death, a bunch of players. You
Aaron
know,
Hernandez.
Yeah.
Even the movie Concussion.
Yeah, and it's just like when they hit and they're legal hits, I'm like, dang, that's like a hurt. You know what I mean? Even the legal hits seem like they're kind of rough.
Yeah, my dad texted saying that Justin Fields improved his stock. He played hurt against Clemson, and he also played hurt against Bama. So I think his
To
stock
be honest,
is worth.
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, to be honest, like this doesn't affect them. I mean, it's Alabama. Like, if you're gonna lose your draft stock because you like lost to Alabama, then like
But they are like a great team.
yeah, like then like to me, he's still the second best quarterback in the nation.
Yeah.
He should be the second
And I didn't
quarterback taken
know.
off. If he's gonna fall off and like there's gonna be a situation where they read way too much into that Alabama game and he falls into a situation like a Carolina or even further down to like New England, then that's perfect for him.
Yeah, I look at it like this. I mean, at the end of the day, some of the great qualities that I did see from him was just like patience and poise. Like this kid, he looks like he's been there before. I saw more of an NFL quarterback than anything, and then him just being out there continuing to go and go and go, even with him being injured and trying to will his team. They were outmatched.
I didn't know
But-
that they were so hurt.
Yeah,
Ohio State.
Big bang.
all year.
Yeah, I
we
didn't.
lost half our team to COVID. Like
Our team, your Ohio State.
yes,
Yeah, he's one of them.
we like Ohio State like lost. Okay, let me just speak in like objectively.
You
Ohio
can say R.
Okay,
That's
fine. Listen, we lost half our team to COVID.
Right.
A bunch of other players got hurt. We lost Chris Olave during our national Big Ten championship game. He eventually came back for Clemson. That was a big boost for our offense. Trey Sermon got hurt during the game, and like we lost a bunch of. Long story short, our defense, we had no standouts. We didn't have like a Chase Young or one of the Bosa brothers, or our secondary is probably like the worst that we've had in a very long time. So it's like a blowout was going to happen. We had nobody. We had no answer for Devontae Smith. We couldn't, get Najee Harris down on like the first tackles,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
He already looks like a pro.
He was breaking those
Yeah.
tackles. Like,
Big pro.
and he's the one that was like all for Megan, the soccer player. He was saying that he looks up to her a lot.
I didn't.
Najee
hear that
Harris.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was saying that he looks up to Megan. I don't want to say her last name wrong. The soccer player.
Megan Moncal,
No,
Rapper,
Rapinoe.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
so I don't want to say. Oh my lord, I don't want to say. I don't want to say it wrong, but he was saying that on his interview that he
you got
really.
a type, don't you, Mark?
Come on.
Oh, now who has a type? Now who has a
This-
type?
this
Don't
not
be making
about-
it
this
know
not
it's
about
making
me. This not about
good.
me.
Anywho's, like I was saying,
Maybe
so
I should,
I really.
maybe I should get all calm for a bit.
So what I was saying, I thought that it was cool of him that he said that he really admired her and her speaking up for social justice and everything going on in the world. And people were kind of saying like, oh, like, what are you talking about? I read in the comments. I'm like, why can't
Don't read
he?
comments.
I know, but it's like, why can't
Why not?
he say, hey, I admire a woman in the sports field who's sticking up for people's rights? Like, why can't he say that?
Because as an athlete, you're not supposed to jump over into the political area.
Well, you
Political.
know-
This is just human rights. This is just
Right.
talking humans.
Yeah.
Like,
just expect.
I look at her
Well,
and
what do
I'm
you
like,
expect from a bunch of people that can't read? So
true, that's very true.
And
I went
they
to-
I like
expect
him.
us to entertain them. So when we do something other than entertain them,
It's
they feel
only
some type of way.
entertainment.
Exactly.
No, but I give him props for what he said because it was I mean it made sense. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It made sense.
anyway, you're listening to Uptown Radio, WJYN 98.5. We are at 6:00. Chris Thomas, Mark Thompson, and our girl Carm. If you want to call in, Mark, get the call number.
Phone number is 215-763-9596. We're gonna lead with the what? How we
Real
do
quick,
this?
lightning,
Oh, what?
lightning round, divisional rounds.
Perfect. I just had that up too.
Yeah,
Um,
all quarter. Listen, the AFC. It's a new day.
I got you. So Baltimore versus the
Buffalo.
Bills. Buffalo. Who you got, Chris?
Buffalo.
Carmen?
Buffalo.
I'm going Buffalo because I picked them to go to the bowl. Browns Chiefs. Who you got, Chris? Are you serious?
No, I'm picking the Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
But listen, I'm just so I'm happy for Cleveland. I really am. Winning their first playoff game, and
Since 1994.
yeah, man. Listen, I was only a year old back then.
Listen, the Browns is the Browns, man.
Look,
The Browns is the Browns.
Listen,
Who you got, Carmen?
I'm rooting for the Browns, but I'm gonna go realistic and say the Chiefs. But I'm rooting for the Browns for some reason.
Yeah.
listen. Listen. You know me,
The
and
Browns,
we've
the
been doing the show
Browns.
for a while since the season started. You know how I feel about Cleveland.
You feel good?
Yeah, listen. So
They
How-
showed me
How
something last
shocked
time.
would y'all be if the Browns beat the Chiefs?
That'll be the shock of the season.
I might run through a wall if that happens.
honestly, I wouldn't be shocked. They have the formula to do it, but the Chiefs are just. I don't think they'll be able to keep up the points. The only way that the Browns are able to beat the Chiefs is that 6 to 7 minute drives for that has to end in touchdowns. They can't settle for field goals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs as well. I just hope we can get like the September, October Chiefs because the Chiefs the past like 5 weeks been very mediocre.
Yeah.
Okay, how about Tampa Bay versus New Orleans?
New Orleans.
I'm going with Tampa. Going with Brady.
I'm definitely going Tom. So I'm good. Tom has so many weapons. I'm
Tommy.
going with him. How about the Rams versus? Never mind. We know who you're going with. Rams Packers. Just get this out of the way, Chris.
I'm sorry, Chris. Who you going for?
Oh, he's going with the Rams.
Who you going for, Chris?
This matchup scares me, but I think the Packers are going to squeeze one out.
Who plays for the?
Squeeze.
I'm sorry, Chris. Can I just ask you who plays for the Packers? Who's their quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron who?
Charles Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
You got to do it like this. Like,
Aaron Charles Rodgers.
Thank you. That's the only way you can do it.
Yes, Chris. I love when Chris says it. Okay. Sorry.
Who you got?
All right. Seeing the Rams defense and seeing how like they make their other teams look sorry is crap. I'm still gonna go with the Packers though.
Yeah, I feel like
Sorry.
we're unanimous with this one. I'm still very shocked at the way the Rams were handling Seattle. Like their offense was a
And
no-show.
listen, that NFC West is weird, man, because
So weird.
Seattle looked bad.
like listen, the Rams
bad.
like the Rams will beat up on the Seahawks, and then all of a sudden,
The Niners will smoke the Rams.
yeah, and then like the Rams will lose to like the Seahawks
And the
then-
Jets.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a music. It's like a circle of life when it comes to that division.
Wait, can I just throw it back to when Ben Roethlisberger, our boxing man, was crying at the end of the
I forgot about that
game?
one.
He was crying because, like, here's the that loss was on Ben. He literally there's so many picks at the like he just set up the momentum all in their favor.
Yeah.
I enjoyed every second of that game.
That's
Every
terrible.
second.
Call him boxy
I-
man. You happy? He's crying.
I hate the Steelers. I don't like Ben Roethlisberger. I don't like. And listen, Chase Claypool and like Juju Smith-Schuster, those TikTok stars, they got some humble pie.
Oh no, they definitely did. But you know, for me though, I've never been a Steelers fan.
Corvette.
Yeah, due to the battle of PA, you know, we're Philly, they're Pittsburgh, screw them, whatever. I never have been a fan of him, but when I saw them at the end and I seen the little interchange between him and I think one of the
Marquise
linebackers,
Pouncey,
Yeah.
who might be retiring after
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
but the way I just felt like he was genuinely kind of like disappointed in himself that he played that bad. He was like, "I'm sorry, brother, like this sucks."
Well, also he's in a contract year. His contract is up
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh, so he could
No, for
possibly
sure.
be lingering, thinking about retirement.
Well,
or
there's a
possibly
41
going to another team.
There's a $41 million cap for Ben Roethlisberger next year. I don't got no sympathy for that man.
Do you think they're gonna keep Ben as a starter next year?
They shouldn't.
I wouldn't.
So who's their option?
I mean, they could call us. We got 2 quarterbacks.
Listen, here's
Figure
the-
it out.
Take Carson.
Listen, City of Pittsburgh will help you out. Just give us that first round pick. You ain't gonna use it anyway. We'll give you Jalen Hurts.
Man, we still got Howie picking. Going back, I'll just take Green Bay, and we'll wrap it up with that.
Is that it? That's all the teams?
That's it. We're only down to 8.
We're the Elite Eight.
It's crazy how this is happening so quick.
Yeah,
It's just those Saturday games make you just like, damn, like, this is like
It was-
this flies.
It was Saturday was fun too.
Yeah.
This weekend though is gonna be like the game.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to see.
I already
these
know.
games.
Listen, I work on Saturday, so I'm probably just gonna be here watching the games.
Yeah.
So,
It's gonna be good. I'm
'cause
excited.
I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna run that risk of like trying to travel home like during the middle. And because the first game up is Packers Rams,
Ooh.
so like,
Oh.
I'm not gonna run that risk trying to go home and no.
So-
I'm,
Are you still hoping for a Brady, Rodgers
no,
kind of? Can that happen still?
yeah, I can.
He's scared.
No, I'm not. I'm not scared.
He's scared of the real number 12.
No, they're not gonna get past New Orleans. You can't beat New Orleans, man.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
They did it twice already.
Bro, it's different when we're talking about playoffs when it's game time.
How's it different?
Listen,
Tom is the GOAT, man. He's proven himself as this
Listen,
postseason
listen.
is pain.
Am I really scared, or you're really just trying to project this whole Tom Brady thing on?
I've been right since the beginning of the season. Just like you've been right about the Browns all year, I've been right about the Bucks all year. I mean, what are we doing?
I mean, what about the Seahawks? What
Is
about
Evans playing?
Yeah,
Evans is
Okay.
playing. The Seahawks, that was just like a little funny, like little.
Okay.
That was like a little jokey joke thing.
All right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Alright, cool.
I was really like really hoping
Yo, Chris
Russell,
is, like, not
Russell
having it.
Wilson did well,
Chris
but like
is
he
not
really
having
let
it.
me down. So
Russ, I'm sad for him.
I'm just saying.
But he can go home to his wife and beautiful family. He's happy.
Yeah.
Great. Sorry.
He's not great.
Listen, I'm mad at Russell Wilson. I just found out he really named his newborn son Win.
You didn't know that?
Like WIN.
When-
Yes.
Y'all didn't know that? Wayne Wilson,
That's
he's
what's-
adorable.
That's what celebrities do. They don't
Wayne
name
Wilson.
their kids like normal.
But here's the thing: people
Well, at
name
least-
their kids Wynn, WYNN. So what's the difference?
No,
I don't know.
it's because it's WIN.
That's
He's
all
a
you
Yo,
gotta
winner.
say.
Seahawks fan was
He's
like,
a winner.
yo, it was funny. I saw a comment where it's like, Seahawks fan, he was like, this man names his son Win, and all it does is take L's.
That is
That's
funny.
not true though. He's a past Super Bowl champ. He's not a loser. He's
6
just
years
having.
ago.
I mean, but he's having a bad couple seasons. You know, he's still Russ. He's still the Zaddy.
I don't think he's gonna get that MVP no more.
Okay.
Oh shoot, Chris. Anyway, before Chris gets
I
started,
mean, I heard that. I heard that.
right?
I
And it
mean, I'm
didn't-
just saying, like, he seems like he's a great father and husband. I respect him. That's it.
it didn't start with
Go
a D.
ahead,
It started
Sierra.
with a Z.
Zad. I mean, listen, Sierra, all power to you, girl.
Okay. I see what you're typing.
Oh my gosh, Chris calling out everybody types.
Right.
I know Chris type. I ain't
Oh,
gonna
Megan,
put- I ain't gonna
Megan, I
put
see you
Chris out on the
good.
air. I know Chris type.
What's my type?
Oh no, I'm
Oh,
not
what's your
gonna do
type,
like
No,
Chris?
no,
that.
What's your
no,
type,
you might
Chris?
as well.
My brother, I'm not gonna do you
Kyler
like that, my
Pratt?
brother.
Kyler Pratt.
That is not his type.
Who's your type?
Can-
'Cause I
can-
want to know. I want to know this information.
Actually, go
Are
ahead.
you about to
Are
like
you
right
gonna-
No,
now?
who's my type?
Are you on
I'm
the
not-
Are you on
I'm
the
not
winner
gonna
side of things?
Listen.
Are you on the winner side? Little snow brush.
Listen.
Are you
That
on the
little-
caramel?
That little bit of swirl. in
butter
your type.
pecan.
Listen, man. I love vanilla and I love chocolate.
Woo!
Yeah,
You said
Y'all hear the
vanilla
one?
and
Y'all hear the one he
chocolate.
led with?
You said vanilla. Chris.
I don't care.
He likes,
Vanilla bean.
he likes a little bit of cream in his coffee.
little vanilla bean. Okay.
Little
So
bit of almond milk.
when you get the 2 scoops, you get the vanilla on the top.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you.
Listen, all flavors
copy that. Copy that.
Oh my, I can't stand
I can't believe it. So he's exposing his type, which is the lightest of the light.
I don't
And
care.
then this one, and then this
Don't
one.
this one me.
The only Megan I know is good. So I know your type, Mr. Taylor Rugg, Mr. Whatever you said.
They all look different.
Whatever, man. And then he did say he dated Spanish chicks too. So he's all about the freaking.
I said I don't discriminate.
Chris. I just can't get over Christmas, man.
Look. I don't care.
Corvette.
I hate y'all today. We're always trying to identify each other's types.
Right, like,
That's funny.
hold on.
That's okay.
All
I mean,
right,
hey,
all
now
right,
that it's
all
out
right.
there, we can all crack jokes now. That's all out there.
Listen, here's the thing. Listen, I'm not the one trying to get into the Curry family. So.
All right, back to sports, y'all.
Dang.
Last week we were barely able to talk about our Philadelphia Sixers, who
All right,
at the
let go.
time it was hot. They was 7-1 at the time. So right now we're gonna take this moment to do a little evaluation. We've got 11 games under our belt. Now I know we've been screwed over with the whole COVID thing. I'll definitely ask y'all how y'all feel about that in a moment. But I'm just talking about in general what we've seen with our eyes from this Philadelphia 76ers. It's an evaluation. So who wants to kick it off?
All right, I'll start. Fully healthy, best defense in the league. And I really feel like, Steph Curry is really, itching into his role as, definitely one of our shooters. Tyrese Maxey, Shake Milton is definitely a good 1-2 scoring punch off the bench. I love the addition of Dwight Howard.
Love him.
Listen, gives you solid 12, 15 minutes, when Joel Embiid is, taking a breather off the bench. So I feel like that's a solid 8-man rotation that you have there. And honestly, listen, just fully peaked. I like what I saw. Obviously, there are going to be some hiccups.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, the Brooklyn game, without Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving.
That one was disgusting.
Yeah, but listen,
But it was expected. That's why I've been so worried about Brooklyn. Everyone's like, oh, this, oh, that. I'm like, Brooklyn been killing us before they had Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving,
yeah,
and they still did.
yeah. But listen, it's the NBA. It's the NBA. It's the regular season. Everyone's going to have a night like that.
Right.
So I'm going to listen. I'll take that with a grain of salt. But listen, I just love the fact that that Doc Rivers literally has to make sure that he etches out a role in terms of when he's drawing out game plans for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the fact that we're great defensively. We have three guys in the top 5 in terms of defensive rating efficiency.
For sure.
Tobias Harris is definitely a lot more engaged, not only the offensive end but also defensively as well.
Yeah.
So overall, I like my team. I like the fact that we're making our bed and relying in on defense, and that's definitely going to come big, when we're fully healthy come playoff time. Because in the end, you win championships by defense.
Oh yeah.
How would you grade them right now?
Overall, B+.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment. What you think, Carl?
I mean, I feel like I like the production of Seth. I had to just say it first. I do. I think that he's
Chris,
playing well.
relax, Chris.
Don't start with your
Relax,
stuff. This
I'm
is
not
just
even
the facts of the game.
I'm not even saying nothing. Y'all calling me out.
Facts.
Come on,
We can
audacity.
see it in your eyes.
Go
You can
ahead.
see the twinkle in your eyes.
Go
I see
ahead,
the
Carl.
gloss.
Finish.
Okay, I will.
Thanks.
So, okay, I
I
think
feel like you
Seth...
just want me to argue with you.
That's why I had to stop you first.
All right, I feel like Seth. I like that he's, getting in his rhythm, his shot. I love his little give and go that he does. I like that he's, getting more efficient from three. I think he is kind of coming into what I expect him to be. So I'm happy with that. Joel, I like that he's kind of taking things more serious now, kind of getting down with the defense. Ben, I still want Ben to be at 20 a night. That would be great for me. That would be great for me.
Mark,
But-
calm down. Go ahead.
Right.
I didn't say nothing.
I'm
But-
just, yeah, that's
Listen,
why I'm
I'm
stopping.
just stating what I would want, okay? I'm not saying what Mark's going to come back with the capabilities, blah, 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 blah. I'm talking about what I would like to see from him, which I feel like he could get to if he could make some free throws. I'm just saying. Anyways, besides that, I do like the addition of Dwight. I still think Danny Green is slacking tremendously. I'm sorry, like the little giddy up that he has, like he's just like put in Tyrese Maxey. Like let Tyrese Maxey start Danny from the bench, man. Have him be a bench presence, vet on the bench, coming off with Dwight. Do that. Maxey, as we saw, boy can play. Boy is a shooter. Boy can drop points. He can be our point guard. Ben
He's a
can go.
scorer, not a shooter.
I'm sorry, he's a scorer.
Fine.
He can be Ben can be at the 4. Maxey can be our point guard. What's up? I think that could be a great combo. I like Maxey so much. He can get it from anywhere. I mean, his three shots not the best, but he can get his own shot.
Takes time.
But Danny Green, I'm sorry, like just his production. Even when everybody was out, he's our vet. He's our 3-time champion. How is he leading the team to victory, man? I'm just saying. It's okay. I get it. You guys love DG. That's fine. Respectable. But I was just saying I was not really impressed with what I saw of him. The giddy up. I'm trying to tell y'all he's not there.
Carm, I've asked you this once. I'm going to ask you this again. What do you expect from this man?
I expect him to come off the bench. That's what I expect.
Okay, and then do what?
And shoot a couple of threes and make them maybe.
He does.
He does.
He can do. Let me say this. What he can do for us is come off the bench and be a spark for us, a vet presence off the bench. That's what he can do. We can get a young guy like Maxey starting, who is our pick in the draft.
So does Seth go to the 3? 'Cause that's
Yeah.
essentially where they played Danny.
Why not? I think Seth can handle it.
What about the defense?
Oh my god. Oof.
What about the defense that y'all love so much?
I mean, so you think the defense is going to change because Danny's out?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, true. Maxey's not as strong as Danny on defense, but at the same
And
time, yeah, he
and
is.
shorter.
He
Yeah,
is.
much shorter.
But offensively, when we need a hoop, are you trusting Danny to get us our hoop at this point?
Why would we trust him? That's not his role.
But he's not even playing the role he's supposed to play.
Listen.
Listen, let me ask you this,
I'm
Chris.
just asking
Chris,
what
let me,
y'all
Chris,
expect
Chris,
from
Chris, let me.
what were
Mark,
the expectations?
Mark and Chris, let me ask you this. Chris, what do you think, Danny Green? What is his option for us offensively as a starter?
Literally just spot up shooter.
That's all.
So is he our 5th option?
Yes.
It's not even a real option.
Oh, he's not.
No, you think Doc is like this? Hey, DG, you know how Doc talk. DG, you want to get you this wide open. Like,
Listen,
no, it's
listen.
no.
Listen,
It's not-
I need you to break down the defense.
right, like he's
I
not
just
drawing
feel
up
like
no plays for him.
here's how I feel. This is my opinion on it. I feel like I see.
Like find a
what
spot
you're
on the perimeter, stay there, wait
Listen.
for them to drive, make your three.
Shit.
But he doesn't even make them.
He made like 5, like a couple games
He
ago.
made like
But
5.
last night he was like over 10.
Thank you.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So
But
listen to
there's
me.
also the fact that,
Listen, I understand that he's there for defense. And I guess if we want to win games, we obviously have to have a strong defensive front. So maybe obviously keep him where he is. But if I had a perfect world, I'm saying put Maxey in because the boy is our draft pick. Put him out. Let him ball. What's up? Let's get this. That's what I'm saying. But I get it. I get it on the defensive end, but I'm just so sick of Danny having open threes.
Danny Green is not going to break this
his
team.
corner threes and
Listen.
missing them.
I'm gonna be honest, Carl. I need you to have the same energy on your boy Ben, because you just be sweeping him under the rug. You don't say nothing about Ben, who has all the
I
expectations.
just said
Yet
that
Danny
to make
Green,
his free throws.
literally, Danny Green is on this team to stand in the baseline,
And he
literally,
don't
and
do
shoot
it.
threes
And he
play
doesn't
defense.
do it.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing. If you're gonna come on the team and hold space on the floor, yes, you're defensively sound, but you're not even doing what we asked you to do, which is to make a corner three. Isn't that your shot? Isn't that the Danny Green?
If you don't say a name, we could easily insert Ben Simmons in there. If we're not saying a name.
I don't know.
But what does Ben
Ben
not do?
Simmons
That
has a higher 3-point percentage this year.
He's great this year.
See, exactly. But what does Ben not do that he's supposed to do? He does everything he's expected to do. He just doesn't shoot, which is what he lacks. Which you've known when we drafted him. We knew that. I'm just saying he's not doing what he's not doing anything.
Listen,
we don't expect him to do.
We're not going to give Danny Green this much airtime. He's great. But
Okay, all I'm going to say is this: it could be a lot worse. We could still have Al Horford.
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
I mean,
Listen,
all things
You're right,
considered,
Chris.
Danny Green is on an expiring contract.
All right.
He's probably not even going to be here
That's
next
14
year.
mil off the
You're
books.
right.
Yeah,
You're right.
and even if he does come back, it's
We'll
going to
sign
be
him for like 3 mil.
it's going to be a reduced rate.
You're right, Chris.
It's wonderful.
I'm gonna say
It's
Chris
not,
is right, Mark.
He is. He is right.
It's not like it's not worth getting upset over. Once again, you're listening to 98.5 WJYN, running back sports for the culture. If you want to call and give that comment.
Fine.
The number is 215-763-9596.
And we're on the air until 7, so if you want to call in and argue about Danny Green with Carmen, by all means.
Please do not call in here talking about Danny Green.
All right, fine.
I'm gonna give my takes on this so
Go
far.
ahead.
Did you have one more thing before I started?
I did want to say one more last.
Please don't let it be about Danny.
No, it's
Green.
not. It's not. I'm done talking about him. I'm done.
Good.
I want to say that I really just like Doc's leadership and his care of the team and how I feel like he really just looks at our players and he's like, just like with Mike Scott, he was like, I'm not playing Mike Scott because he has no business playing. You know what I mean? Like even though we were so down, you know, obviously everyone has COVID or whatever, that sucked. But I feel like Doc is handling things the way it should be handled.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I like
that's
that.
what you would expect from a leader.
Yeah.
You know, and he keeps it real.
And let me say, do you want to, because I kind of want to talk about the COVID thing.
Oh, go get into it.
So I want to know why the Sixers were forced to play with like everyone on the starting lineup having COVID, and the Celtics and the Heat game just gets canceled because 2 people got exposed to COVID. Like, how does that work?
And we didn't even have 8 guys. The only reason why Mike Scott was only active is because we needed 8 people, and Mike Scott didn't even play, so we only had 7.
Right. So it's like, how is that all right that our whole starting lineup has COVID or hurt or whatever, and they make us play, but someone is a brush with COVID and they get to cancel the entire game?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
We're not prime time no more. We don't have Christmas Day games no more. We cool.
Listen, it's all good. We got the Kwanzaa specials.
Right. You know what I'm saying? When we play the Sacramento Kings.
But listen, I liked obviously
Or the Knicks.
And
Or the Knicks.
Warriors too.
Yeah.
That's when we get blitzed.
Yeah.
I like what's his name? Matthias?
Yeah.
Matthias.
He
He was
can shoot.
doing good.
See, he can definitely knock it down. Chris don't like
What is wrong with y'all?
Wall got a jumper.
He looked all right.
I mean, he can shoot a little
I
bit.
mean, Isaiah Joe went off on last game. I think he had like 12, 8,
He had
8.
5 threes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like Isaiah Joe. I
I-
like Paul Reed's hustle.
Yeah.
I
liked what we saw from them.
Told you to love him.
Because even though we got blown out both games, I feel like the team itself, they showed, some getting. They had some skill. You can't
Yeah.
expect them to compete with
No.
starting lineups.
Right.
Paul Reed reminds me a lot of Thaddeus Young.
Yeah, he a great motor.
Yeah.
Great motor. Like, he's not gonna give you a knockdown 3, but he's not gonna stop.
Yeah.
He's not gonna stop at all. So honestly, here's my thing on the COVID stuff. Like, okay, it's very unfortunate that it's happened to our team. But on the bright side, I look at it like this. We're getting to see players who aren't gonna necessarily get time. Like, for example, we didn't have a traditional preseason like we would in typical years. So even getting to see Maxey explode for 39 points, we would have never seen that. Getting Isaiah Joe on the floor, like, that's not happening. He's typically not. Even Paul Reed, you aren't seeing these guys on the floor whatsoever. So I'm fine with it because I get a chance to see what we have on our bench and who could possibly move up and down through the
I'll
rotation.
agree to that, but also at the same time, this team is brand new. Also under Doc Rivers' new scheme, so it's like it's 10 less games than the regular season. If it was a full 82 regular game
Right.
schedule, like, listen, cool, like, 5 or 6 games, with all these players out, we get to feel out all that. But at the same time, it's like the season's going to be done, 10 games less, and then next thing you know, it's going to be the playoffs. It's like how we're going to fully know, like, in terms of, like, is this lineup with Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris,
Right.
Seth Green, not Seth Green, oh my
Seth
God,
Curry.
Seth Curry, Danny.
Seth Rogen.
Seth
Rollins.
Green.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. It's true. It's like they need that time to kind of mesh and kind of get their flow going.
Yeah. But no, I'll agree though. So it's like you know that if God forbid something happens, once again if Court Monty's out and like everybody else,
You know that we might have some.
yeah,
hope.
y'all
Not like
saying,
Isaiah Joe, he could
yeah,
come in
Isaiah
and-
Joe,
Mhm.
coming out.
Right.
If Mike Scott gets hurt, you got Paul Reed for energy.
Yeah, like
Especially
I don't
seeing-
think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. Like it's unfortunate,
But it
yes.
sucks that we get that kind of treatment though. It's
Right,
like
and,
how
now,
do
and
we
now we're 7-4 because of it mainly.
right? So it definitely kind of just sucked. I was like, but here's the thing. I think things are only going to get worse when it comes to COVID in terms of the whole
Yeah.
NBA because it's like more players are saying they had, it's just kind of, sparking up again.
Also, our home streak got ruined because of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that loss against the Nuggets.
The home streak, yeah. And then to be honest, the NBA they braced for this. That's why they only put out half of the season. So they knew there would be some things. And these players are no longer in the bubble, so you don't have a microscope. on
People at the
anymore.
strip club.
All the teams, right? People having celebrations with their families. I don't know what she was implying on that one.
Yeah, Kyrie was like at some party. What's up with Kyrie? Like not coming to 4 games, he doesn't feel like it.
We'll talk more about that. Let's just
Alright.
get done with the Sixer business
Alright.
first.
So here's my take on the 76ers so far with their 11 games. I think Joel Embiid has been a legit MVP candidate. Like I'm very excited with his 25 and 12. You could say he's shooting pretty good. Shooting 43% from 3, which is pretty dope. Like I'll take it.
Because of less volume.
Yes. Like he's knocking down like legit shots. He's shooting also for now. I mean, it's early in the season, but he's shooting 84% from the free throw and 51% from the field, which are both career highs right now. And I would even throw him out there as a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. Like that's how well Joel Embiid looks. Like he looks like a completely different player to me. Like he seems more business. Like a lot of the post moves that I see him do, I haven't seen him do since his first year in the league. Like I legit forgot like this dude had mad post moves and post skills. Like he looks absolutely fantastic.
And the best thing about it is he's only playing 31 minutes a night.
Right, and that which is like he's being efficient.
Yeah.
Like Doc has him working really well. So I like what we're getting from Joel Embiid. Believe it or not, and I know we always pick on him, but he's been on it since Tobias. He's been on it. Like he's giving us, his regular 19 a game, 8 rebounds. But I know it's still early in the season.
3
He's
assists.
he's shooting a career high 50% from the field and a career high 43% from 3. That's right now. Like I said, early in the season, we know he's inconsistent, but he's still doing it.
Kind of missing.
Huh?
He's been hurt, man. Kind of missing.
Yeah, like he's been,
I never thought I would say
Miss
that.
Tobias Harris. Wow.
he's been much better.
I mean, if it was that and like Matthias being in the starting lineup, I'd rather have to, but
Of course,
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely, no hesitation.
Come
I
on,
would love to have
come on.
Tobias. Seth Curry, as you guys both mentioned, he's been fantastic for us.
he's our new JJ Redick.
Yo, he's better than JJ
Yeah,
Redick
exactly.
because he can actually put the ball on the floor,
He
which
actually
is
played.
great.
He
Like,
actually be
go.
up too.
Give it
yeah,
go.
he's locking it up with his 17 points per game, which is a career high. He's shooting 60% from the field and 3. Like this dude, every time he gets the ball, it's pretty much cash. So he's been absolutely outstanding. He's posting career highs in points, assists, field goal percentage, 3-point
Is
percentage.
this quarantine though?
It's because he grew his hair out.
I don't know, but he's hooping.
Since he grew his hair out, he's been balling.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, this is quarantine though because we kind of need him back.
Oh, I can't wait until he comes back. Like he's been really good. I just feel like he doesn't miss. And then even like
Knock on
Max, yeah, for sure. Even Maxey, he's been great. Like for a rookie, like as of right now, he's averaging like 10 points per game. But he just had his career high against Denver, which is 39. I love to see it. He looked really good. It was exciting. Did I text you saying Ben would never?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I was hitting a lot of people just talking trash, saying like Ben would never.
Nah, you're on my Twitter feed.
Yeah. What we gonna say?
Never.
But yeah,
No, she knows.
yeah, Ben would never. He would never take out with like the star players. I mean, like he would never take over when the star players are out.
Oh, okay.
Anywho, Tyrese Maxey for the month of January, even though it's been 6 games, he's averaging about 15.3 points per game. So he's been freaking dope. Shake Milton has been fantastic as well. But that guy, man, Ben Simmons, that you guys love so much, he ain't looking sharp. He's everybody talked about Carson Wentz regressing. Ben Simmons so far has been regressing. I mean, 13.4 points per game. That's a career low so far from him. 7 assists per game. Who's that? What's that? Who's that?
That's your shooter.
Oh, bro, come on.
That's
That's your shooter. That's your shooter.
Relax.
That's your shooter.
I mean, he's 31%.
That's your shooter.
He's a front.
Yo, listen. We're back. We're talking about Ben Simmons. Don't be trying to change.
Oh, let
Oh, you mean
Mark
the- oh.
let Mark have his moment in time. Go
Oh,
ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark. Have your moment.
Shooting 100% from free.
No, he's actually shooting 50%, which is awesome.
Have your moment in the sun.
He's shooting
Mark.
50%,
Have
which
your
is
moment in the sun.
fantastic. But yeah, Ben Simmons, who's right now posting career lows in points and assists, 13 points per game, 7 assists per game. I mean, listen, I still like him, but like at the end of the day, it's just frustrating. Like my eyes hurt watching him. When I saw him do that 360 layup against Brooklyn and airball out of bounds, I just wanted to break stuff. I'm like, are you kidding? You want 20 points per game from that? Like I look at it like this. I've come to terms with it. Ben Simmons is who he is. That's it. I'm not even expecting anything else from him. When he shot that 3 and it clanged off the backboard, I wasn't looking. I was like texting my phone. I thought somebody dunked. I'm like, yo, who threw that down? He's like, nah, Ben just missed a 3. I'm like, ugh. Sound like a straight body to body slam. But no, Simmons, he's averaging 1.4 steals a game. We need that defense, and he's shooting 50% from 3. Like this guy, he's absolutely great on defense. I'll give you that. But offensive, he's like regressed.
Hey, like Chris said, defense can win us some games, man.
We got enough defense. We need points.
Now we need points. When we want to have points from our buddy, I'm not going to say his name. That's okay that he misses. He was 0 for 10. That's cool. But Ben should make every shot that he shoots.
At least he's shooting it. Ben would never do it. Ben would stop.
But if he's getting us points, how he does it doesn't matter. If he's going to the
Ben
rack,
shoots 60%
however he
from the
does
free
it,
throw.
it doesn't.
I'm good.
I mean, yeah, I said that he needs to improve his free throw shooting because that will add to his
Carl,
points. He could get to 20. He
how
could
much-
get to 20.
Let me ask
He could
you
get
this.
to 20. If he averages 13 and he gets fouled, let's say 4 out of 7 times he goes to the lane. He makes all his free throws. He could get 20.
It's not happening.
But
Just
it
accept
could,
he is
though.
who he is.
And accept what I said.
Listen, I have, but
I'm not expecting anything else.
I'm
From
not expecting anything more. I'm not expecting anything less from the
So
first
basically,
game
if he
on
improves, if he shoots, it's a plus. If he doesn't, he is who he is.
yeah,
I just
Yeah,
he
that's
is
how I
who he
feel.
is.
Let's agree on that.
Yeah, like he is who he is. Like
Alright,
I'm like if he the fact that think about this, guys. Like we all watch basketball. The fact that we get excited a man makes a 3. Like that's what you're supposed to like. Like, are you kidding me? That's what you're supposed to do.
But here's the thing. I mean, he does play the point guard position, but he is technically body wise a 4.
But I was gonna say because you know what point guards do in today's NBA.
I know, Mark.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. I was making sure.
All right, there,
Hey,
pal.
look, I mean, I've said it once and I'll say it again. At best, he's a Rajon Rondo, a 6'10" Rajon Rondo. The only difference is he doesn't have 3 Hall of Famers he's swinging the ball to. If that is who he is, that is who he is.
And
he
he-
does have a generational talent, and Joel Embiid.
Yeah, but he don't have 3 of them to pass to.
I mean, we don't need 3. I mean,
No, I'm just giving an.
I'm just saying to get out of the Eastern Conference this year, we don't need 3.
Nah, you know.
Yeah.
But to be real, I'm not gonna take anything from his defense. His defense is outstanding.
Yeah.
Like it really is. I mean, except the fact when he didn't check up against Bradley Beal when he dropped 60, and then Colin Sexton went wild, and then
Was Colin Sexton on him, or was that Danny Green?
I was just
Colin Sexton
saying
they
like
weren't
if
on
you're
each
like
other.
a
They weren't on each
competitor,
other. He
like
was on Darius Garland.
I was just saying like if you're like a big time competitor.
And during that, I remember during the Cleveland game, they put Kevin Love at the 3, so that way Ben had to guard him.
Right. I'm just saying like as a competitor because I see him so passionate about his Call of Duty streaming and stuff like that. I wish he was as passionate on the basketball
Don't
court,
do-
but, like,
don't do-
wouldn't
Why are you doing his
wanna
personal
step
life
up-
out
No,
there,
don't-
man?
Wouldn't you want to step
don't-
up and guard the guy who's had 21 in the first quarter
Ben's not
and stop
taking.
him from getting 60?
Ben is not at the strip club every night. Ben's in his house, cuddled up, resting his legs, playing the game. That's fine. I'll take that any day. That's just guy stuff. Cool. You know what I mean? He's taking the game serious.
And
He's
that
working
man
out.
who goes to the strip club averages 26 points per game and leads the league in assists.
And-
I didn't even bring him up.
But here's the
And
thing.
the
But
3
here's
and
the thing.
5.
But here-
Second worst record in the Western
But
Conference.
here's the thing:
Anyway.
points don't win
I
games,
bring
Mark.
them up.
As we talked about, points, individual points
You're not
don't
doing
win
this.
games.
We not.
I didn't bring it up.
I'm just saying.
I didn't bring it up.
Listen,
I didn't bring it up either. I'm just saying
listen,
facts.
I was gone
I'm saying
last
facts,
week.
too.
I was
Okay.
gone last week, and now I'm back, and I had to say it.
I didn't bring that up there.
All right, bet. All right, perfect.
I'm just saying.
I missed last week. We were talking about football. That was my sanctuary.
Oh, you're trying to say you want me gone, Chris?
No, we missed you.
They were in heaven last week.
Yeah, I know it was like a
It was
guy's
getting that- it was
day
getting-
in.
It's getting that thing off.
Listen, you were in New Orleans, man. Listen, you
Sure.
Right.
just
I should
just eating the gas station gumbo.
I'm never gonna live that down. But yeah, okay, great. So Sixers, I think they were they now are sick and hurt, etc. So let's just see how the bench does. Like tonight, they
That's
play
because
against
of
the
the
Heat.
COVID and the injuries. It kind of took the wind off their sails.
I
Yeah.
agree.
They were the best. They were the best team in the league.
For sure.
Yeah. But
But
now
stuff like
because-
that always happens to us. I feel like every time we get some momentum, it's always something that like just sends us
we can never have anything good. Like we can never have any sustainable.
consistently.
Something
Yeah.
always got to happen.
That's Philly for you.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, question. So, there's been rumors as of, I'd say, I don't know what's been in the past 12 hours about possibly the Nets and Sixers looking at Bradley Beal. How do y'all feel about that? What's your take on that?
I mean, Brad's a bucket.
Absolutely.
Depends on what we're giving up.
Fair. So, okay, hypothetically, right? Ben Simmons for Bradley Beal. What are you doing?
No.
Okay. Carmen,
Come on now.
what?
Here's the thing. I like Brad. I like Brad,
I like Brad too.
but I just don't think I would give him away, Ben away. For
Okay,
Brad.
that's fair.
I just-
Honestly, and listen, I'll go on record saying, listen, if the asking price for Bradley Beal is Ben Simmons, then why am I doing that? I'd rather go get James Harden then.
That's the realest thing you have ever said. That's
Here
real.
we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm actually with Chris on this one too, because I do like Bradley Beal, but I look at it like this, and we were talking about this a bit off the air. If we are going to give up Ben Simmons, like even though I've just said I think he is who he is, but if we are going to give him up, it's got to be at least a top 10 player, and everyone's been throwing out the name Zach LaVine as well. But it's like Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine, they're both not top 10 players, so I'm not doing it.
Devin Booker, I'm like, no.
Devin
But here's the
Booker
thing.
hasn't even won a playoff game.
But
Are you kidding?
people would disagree with you though. People would say Brad Beal was like a top 10 player.
But he's
Who?
not.
Show
People.
me those people.
Right.
People.
Those
Show me those people.
People
don't
talk
watch
about how
basketball.
Brad Beal was so underrated.
Which he is.
But here's the thing, maybe he's so underrated at the same time because he plays for a team like the Wizards. So it's like his shine is so bright on a team like that. If he
No,
went
he's
somewhere else.
he's good.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying when you play for a team like that, your shine is gonna like double.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It ain't doubling that much with their terrible record, but
I'm
he's leading the league in scoring though after 35 games.
I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of
When you're that
disappointed.
bad, of course you're gonna get those.
But I'm kind of disappointed that like Russ and Brad and the whole. I'm kind of disappointed that it's
That's all
kind of
they
ended up
have.
like this.
That's
I'm
literally
not.
that's all they have is two
It
players.
disappointed because I felt like, all right, Russ, you got traded from the Rockets. You're going with Brad. Brad's gonna get some help. John Wall's gone. I thought it was gonna be a little
I
better.
thought it was too.
I don't know how. Like they're not good defensively.
They're
They're
not.
one of the worst defensive teams.
They
He
don't do
said
anything.
we can't guard a park car. I was like, man. He said that about his own team.
You're not gonna win anything with Bradley Beal being the number one option.
Yeah.
That's just the harsh reality of it.
No, and it's fair. I expected definitely more from that team, and right now I'll definitely eat my words.
Do you
I thought-
blame Westbrook? Do you blame Westbrook?
No. I
No.
don't like this narrative around Russ. He's one of the hardest working guys in the NBA, and I already see the writing on the wall. They're about to blackball Westbrook. I don't want it to happen. This dude gives everything on the court.
But here's-
Everyone's trying to make it seem like he's some type of cancer or something like that.
I don't think he's a cancer. I think he's a great team player. Like he brings
Yeah.
something to a team. I don't agree with that narrative.
Right.
But I did read. Now I saw on Instagram. I saw a post
But the
saying,
shooting gets worse every year.
listen, someone said, "Is Westbrook?"
Bad.
They was like, "Does Westbrook have handle? Can he shoot? What can he really do besides just be athletic?"
That's
I'm
now
just saying
Westbrook
that's
is
what-
Giannis.
I'm just saying that's what someone was saying. Yes or no,
That's
true or false.
disrespectful.
So I'm asking to the team here. Do we think that's all that Russ is turning out to be? I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm saying like from what, just like Chris said, he's getting worse with the shooting every year.
Right.
So what?
So
The explosiveness eclipses his lack and everything else.
So here's the thing. Westbrook, his game isn't going to like translate the way Chris Paul is, because Chris Paul is like a true point guard at the end of the day. So when Russell Westbrook loses his explosion, he's going to be pretty much done. Now, does Russell Westbrook have handle? Absolutely, he does. Like, you don't see Russell Westbrook get plucked, but you don't see him doing moves like Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving. Like, that's not what Westbrook does. Westbrook uses athleticism and power to get to the rack, to finish at the rack, create for others.
He's a
as well.
fast-paced, full court guy. He's not a half-court offense.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah,
100%.
oh, yeah.
100%. When he gets the rebound and go, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, there are multiple ways he can kill you on the fast break.
Man, maybe he is a short, tenacious
Yeah.
Giannis.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess
And
I
I
said it.
personally don't like Giannis.
And I just thought, like, when I thought of it, I'm like,
Singing in, ain't it?
it is singing in. But Westbrook is tough. Giannis is tough.
Yeah.
It's just
So if you had to pick between Giannis and Westbrook, who you picking?
What, right now?
Right now.
Right now,
Right now.
Giannis.
I'm gonna go Westbrook.
Franchise it.
Like
If you had a team, if you got the Sonics came back, you're the owner of the Sonics. You can pick between Giannis and Westbrook.
Well,
Who
that's
you
different
picking?
because I'm gonna go Giannis because he's younger. But I thought you were talking about like the game right
No,
now.
I'm talking like who. I mean, from what you know of them right now, you would pick Giannis
I'm
to
gonna
be
take
your
Giannis because he's younger. Yes.
because he's younger.
Yes, that's the only, and he's also 7 feet, and I could potentially use him at center if I need to.
What about you, Chris?
That's a deadly match.
Oh, Giannis
mismatch.
easily one of the better defensive players in the league. You can put him at any of the 5 positions, and he'll definitely have a matchup advantage. Good finisher at the rack. Shooting still leaves a lot to be desired, but who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah, shooting.
Yeah.
We
But
care.
speaking of shooting, the Brooklyn, apparently there's a report the Brooklyn Nets are starting to grow unhappy with Kyrie Irving, and the communication with him has been minimal, according to multiple reports. Obviously, there was that report that Jason Dumas, your guy, said that he went quote unquote off the grid, and obviously that report, that story, that video of him celebrating the family's birthday broke out as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, he's Kyrie. He does what he wants.
Since he's left Cleveland, to be honest, he's been different. It's like a lot of these players, like we kind of watch them grow up before our eyes.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones where it's like, I'm not going to sit here and say concerning because he's growing as a human being and a person, but it's like you're kind of seeing like who he is, like the type of dude that he is. Like he's definitely done some fantastic things within the community. Definitely speaking up on Black Lives Matter issues and everything like that. It's just it's interesting because it's like, at the end of the day, I get like, I guess some of the reasoning for him not being with the team is what happened last Wednesday at the nation's Capitol building. I get it, but I feel like at the end of the day, like you're granted this platform, so I feel like you should still continue to use it. Like in the beginning, he was talking about not speaking with media. I get it, the media is annoying, you get paid to do it, but still use that platform. And then now just being completely off the grid, not being there for his team, it's coming off as super selfish.
Yeah.
And I think he's really forgetting the true mission.
Yeah.
But I think he's just playing into the narrative that he tries to. I think that he's just playing into the narrative that he's kind of building for himself of being difficult, being all about him, and I think he's up to me. He seems like the type that he wants to like screw the man, and the man is like the media, and it's like screw the league if they don't care about us. I'm a talent, I'm an artist, and you are. I'm not saying that you're not very, very gifted and talented, and you should be paid accordingly for your talents. But the thing about it is you're biting the hand that feeds you, because without the league, without the ball in your hand in the league, what is Kyrie Irving? What platform do you have? Like, what are you doing? So it's like, stop biting the hand that feeds you, because everything has a place and a part in life in general. Not to get deep, but it's just like everything has its place. So it's like you're in the NBA, the media has its place, your coaches have its place, and your teammates have its place. You can't disregard everything that you feel like is irrelevant to your game, because everything has a place and a play into what you're doing, which is playing for the National Basketball Association.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Well spoken. Yeah. How that's up.
Same.
What you think on it, Chris?
At one point, he was like, "I'm not going to play because of all the social justice thing involved." Then he starts trying to hint the idea that, well, maybe we should, have our own league. And now all of a sudden he's off the ground. If you don't want to play, then just don't play. That's all it is. I'm not going to sit here, and like tell, a black athlete what to do and like what to do with his money and all that. Listen, that's not my place. We got plenty of, a bunch of couch potatoes doing that already on YouTube and Facebook comments.
Right.
But I don't know. Listen, I'm not surprised by any of this, because he's shown that he's eccentric in a lot of things that he's done.
For sure.
But honestly, I don't know. I was like, listen, if you're serious about playing, then come back and play. Like, listen, it's not just the fact that they need your services. It's the fact that Kevin Durant, the reason why he went to Brooklyn was to, team up with you.
Right.
So, like, you not being there, you taking this break, and like also you might not potentially coming back. That looks bad on Kevin Durant, because he vouched for you, and not only that, it looks bad on the Brooklyn Nets, because they thought they were getting one of the top 5 point guards in the league. This was an opportunity, and now with Spencer Dinwiddie out for the year with a torn ACL, like, listen, we're going to need Kyrie, back more than ever. to like complete for an actual championship.
Right.
And the fact that you're not there and you're not communicating with your team, it's not a good look.
Yeah, it's not a good look. It's just, I don't know, man. When I seen this dude on Facebook Live sitting Indian style, I just knew he was a little different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just knew he was.
It's just all this is for what reason? Like, what are you really getting from this? Like, what is really?
He really does look like a guy who was like, you know what, good vibes only.
Bro, I would not be shocked if he pulls like a Ricky Williams and just goes to Africa and just smokes.
But it's like good vibes only, but you're worried about your individual good vibes. You're not worried about the good vibes of what you committed to. You're worried about your personal good
That's all you can
vibes.
control.
But no, it's true. But it's like you have agreed to play on a team. This is a team
You have an
sport.
obligation.
You would never be Kyrie Irving against a team. It would be Kyrie and the Nets against a team. So it's like your good vibes. You're tearing down your morale, of your team. It's the season just started. You got a new coach. Like, what's up? Like, there's no fatigue here. You played 11 games.
Someone
He's
said,
not even hurt.
yeah, someone said Kyrie Irving should need a huge fine and then the suspension.
Hey, I mean, listen, whatever's
I
gonna
mean, if
wake
you're going
wake
MIA
them
on
up.
the team,
Yeah, and like,
Because
and it's like you're not on the injury report,
right.
I mean,
right? Like we just got fined $25,000 for Ben Simmons not being on the injury report.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That's crazy. No, because he's him, because he's Kyrie, that's why he's getting away with this. If he wasn't him, he wouldn't dare do that. But because he has all this, he believes himself to be, this basketball god. He just thinks he can do what he
I
wants.
think things are coming for him.
Yeah.
There's no way he's getting off unscathed.
the storm's coming.
Yeah, for sure.
And once again, you're listening to 98.5 WJLN. If you want to call in, join the discussion. We still got about a few minutes left.
215-763-9596.
Yeah. So, so I want to bring this back up because we only briefly talked about this last week, obviously, because we had a big, NFL playoff special. But the the Warriors started off 0-2. They won 6 of their last 8.
Yo, it was good.
Yeah.
Draymond Green is really the difference.
Yeah.
He's like for people who like just check the box score,
Yeah.
they don't understand
the triple singles.
Yeah, like they don't understand how important and significant Draymond Green is to that team. I watched that final play.
He's been though.
Oh, absolutely. There was that final play against Toronto where Draymond Green literally calls out their entire, because Toronto had possession. He calls out their entire play, tells, yo, switch here, switch here, switch here. It basically led to Pascal Siakam taking a bad shot and the Warriors winning the game. Because all of that from Draymond's communication. Like, he has made the absolute difference. So, like, imagine if Wiggins starts to knock down some more like consistent shots and be more of a thing in offense. Like they could be much better.
But can I say
than they
something?
are.
Can I
Go
say
for
something
it,
real
please.
quick? I just wanted to say this. So, Draymond, what position does he play?
He's a 4.
Power forward, small ball center.
I already know where she's going.
So my little point I was gonna make is his contribution to the team.
Mhm.
Does it rest upon like making any points for the team?
No, not really. It's not his role.
Oh, okay. So I just want to ask you this.
I know where you're
Do
going.
you think that a player can be vital to a team without being the main contributor in points?
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. All right, moving on.
Now,
So-
but hold on, because hold on. I just got a counter question. Okay, so not only is Draymond Green those things, he's very vocal. He is a leader within that team.
Yeah.
He is the
He's a
leader
vet.
of the defense.
Mhm.
He also uplifts younger players, put them in a great position to be in a good situation. He gets these guys mentally right. So at the end of the day, he, believe it or not, like Seth Curry is the face, but I feel like Draymond Green.
Steph Curry.
Steph.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Steph Curry is the face, but I feel like Draymond Green at the end of the day is the heart and soul. Like,
Yeah, I
he's,
can agree with
he's
that.
the pulse of that team.
It's the Splash Brothers and it's Draymond.
Right.
Like that's like the core of their team.
Right, and he's the pulse. He makes the absolute difference.
Yeah, no, for sure. And my baby boy Steph took it
Steph.
personal, and is taking it personal as he should because people have forgotten who he
Yes.
was, who he is.
He's been hooping.
So shout out to Steph.
People really forgot who Steph Curry really is.
Yeah, I'm
28,
glad.
listen, nearly 28 and a half points a game.
Second in scoring.
Yeah, listen, nearly 7 rebounds a game.
7?
No, 7 assists.
Oh, I'm
5
gonna say,
rebounds.
I'm like,
Didn't
Five
I
rebounds.
but
Five
listen,
is a
didn't
lot.
I, when we talked about the Warriors, didn't I tell y'all Steph is gonna Steph is gonna resurge, Steph is gonna get
Yeah.
together? I said that I knew that because like Steph, you had to just warm up. He had
Oh,
to kind of get his
he
bearings.
listens. He listens.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing that this Warriors team at this point needs now is Kelly Oubre to start shooting better at 3-point. The man is shooting around 14% from three, and like once that at least goes up like 20%, I think the Warriors be a lot better.
It's so crazy because this team would be so different with Clay.
Yes.
It would be so
Ooh,
different and dynamic.
Clay.
We didn't even mention James Wiseman.
Yeah.
He's been playing absolutely amazing,
Yeah.
running floor.
You saw that coast to coast he had the other night.
Yeah, like yo, that kid can hoop. That's why I
Yeah.
picked him to be rookie of the year.
Yeah, can we talk about how Siakam is just not in the Raptors? How Siakam is not turning out to be clutch. He's not carrying his team.
He's
He's
not
supposed to be
looking
their
very
guy.
spicy.
Honestly, the Raptors are.
I'm disappointed because of Nick Nurse, man.
They do.
It's. I don't think it's Nick Nurse. It's just that this is just a poor roster.
It's just yeah. I mean, when you
Kyrie Irving's getting old. Not Kyle Lowry's getting.
Lowry, yeah.
Kyle Lowry's getting a lot older. Fred VanVleet is not an $85 million
He is
player.
not. I was just about to say that.
Siakam's not a max player either.
OG Anunoby
Yeah,
got paid well.
yeah. But you're getting more defense from him. So like, if you're expecting anything more from offense from him, then like
No, that's it.
that's buyer's remorse. But
I'm not really shocked that they're 8-2 start though.
2-8.
I'm sorry,
2-8,
2-8. I'm
yeah.
sorry, I apologize. I'm not shocked at it.
Yeah, they're 2-8. They're tied with the Pistons for the worst record in all of basketball right now.
Which is crazy. But I mean, I'm not because they lost some key pieces, like then as we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then let's talk about these rookies. LaMelo
Yo.
has
Yeah.
been
He's
balling.
been actually really good.
Yeah.
LaMelo, who else? James, and then Anthony
Wiseman.
Edwards.
Yeah.
Anthony
They've been playing. I mean, and then Lonzo versus LaMelo. I didn't like this whole who's better, Lonzo or LaMelo. Like, can we just relax and just say they both? I mean,
Melo has a higher ceiling. So
no,
Yeah.
but here I
I
think
agree.
Lonzo isn't as aggressive as he needs to be. I think Lonzo needs to take more shots. Lonzo goes first to
no,
facilitate.
I think at this point Lonzo is what he is.
No, I agree, but I
He
think
is.
no. I'm not saying that he's not what he is, but I think he has.
He's just a light skinned Rajon Rondo at this point.
But I feel like if he was,
There's
if
a
he
couple of
was,
those guys in the league.
if he was to be more aggressive,
Oh my God.
he would, he could do a little more. But LaMelo is balling. He's
Yeah.
still looking very fluid out there.
He looks good. He
Yeah.
just posted his first triple double.
And,
He's the youngest player to ever reach a triple double in the league.
Hold on, Chris, real quick. I don't think I got a chance to send you this, but on Twitter, there was a picture of Matt and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Jeff Hardy was LaMelo and
Yeah.
Matt Hardy was Lonzo.
that joke was so, I was dying.
I'm like, oh my God, this is.
Because Jeff Hardy was the better one.
Yes.
Yeah.
The better
He was
brother.
the cooler one.
Yeah, listen, like if you're on that playground, everybody's like, "Hey, can we be the Hardy Boys?" Look, I'll be Jeff. No, I want to be Jeff.
Yo,
That's
and then me and my brothers was talking about this. Like, even on the video games, like, nobody ever, like, picked Matt Hardy. Like, when did you pick Matt Hardy?
Never.
Unless you had Jeff.
Jeff Hardy was hot too.
Right.
Oh.
Whoa. I mean, like, he was a
No, no,
wrestler.
no, no.
What was you talking
I'm
about?
talking about like hot, like he was a little, like he was like a punk hottie, you know.
I was
He
talking
had
about
the
his
hair.
wrestling ability.
I'm talking about his look. He had the hair, he had the cute little face, and he was like Jeff was like kind of like in his way. I like that.
Okay.
Just since I love The Rock, I used to love The Rock, obsessed.
Of course.
But Jeff Hardy, he was like, okay, Jeff, sorry, sidebar. But my problem with that was I didn't like how they all the problem with sports. Just like with the LeBron, the Jordan, the Kobe talk, we always gotta say who's better. That is always the question. It's like, can't we all just live and just fucking play ball? Can we just?
Well, that's gonna be hard, or else we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing
I
now.
know,
wouldn't
I
have
know.
the pleasure to be sitting
But
with you
with,
beautiful people.
but with
We're
them,
talking about a competitive sport.
I know, I know.
That's impossible.
I know, but I just don't like that between the brothers. I'm like, come on,
It's content.
just different.
You think they don't do it?
They've been doing this long before they were like we even
Yeah.
That's
we knew
true.
they existed.
And Jello's in the G League, y'all. Go ahead, Jello.
Yeah.
Go ahead. He's gonna be all right. He gonna make a team. Watch.
No, you won't.
He gonna make a team.
No, they won't.
But
Mark my
but
words.
another underrated player that has been going under the radar is with the Indiana Pacers, Sabonis.
Yo,
Sabonis.
he's tough.
Sabonis.
Yeah.
I like him.
And like honestly, like it shows me that if Sabonis was healthy last year, maybe they probably
Indiana wouldn't got swept.
yeah.
No way.
I mean, they'd lose the series, but they wouldn't got swept.
No, I agree. He's definitely one of the best bigs in the league.
Yeah.
And only continuing to get better.
Yeah.
He look a little chiseled now. I don't know if it's because of
Yeah.
that picture that they just took of him recently,
Yeah.
but it looked like my boy was lifting some weights.
Yeah, man. My man getting yoked out here.
You know what I mean? For real. So, all right, I got a question for y'all. So I got the top 5 scorers right now.
Yeah, 22, 12, and nearly 6 assists. So East Coast Jokic, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, if his assists were a little bit higher, for sure.
Jokic is crazy on this. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's second in assists in the league.
It's crazy. Like, he's
He's
a
a
center,
center.
right?
Yeah.
We're just
That
thinking
boy
the
is
same
just,
thing. But I love that he lost weight. Like I feel like he. Ooh, my neck.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
He committed to kind of getting more cut, and I feel like that's helped him. His his durability. You need that, especially as a big man.
And he like legit inbounds the ball, like brings it up
Mhm.
and like pushes and facilitates the offense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is like one of the craziest things I've seen. So I want to ask y'all this. So I got the top 5 scorers right now in the NBA. I just want to know, like, do y'all think they can sustain this? Because there's like a few names on here that I'm a little bit shocked to see. So I'm gonna start number 1, Bradley Beal. He's averaging. I'm just gonna average. What's it all round up? He's averaging 35 points per game. You think he can sustain this?
He has to. There's no other scores.
Yeah.
You're not going to get it from Thomas Bryant. Russell Westbrook's way too inconsistent in terms of his shooting in order for him to pick up the slack. And they don't really have anybody else. Like Bertans is not going to do it either.
What about Demi? Demi, the guy from Israel.
Oh,
the rookie?
Yeah.
Alvita or something like that. I forgot his last name. Nah, it ain't enough.
I don't know. Maybe with a new coach, he might get better looks. But right now, it's the Bradley Beal show.
That's it.
Yeah. And
What you think, Con?
Like I agree with Chris. I think he has to, because if he doesn't, they have no chance of
Of
winning
doing anything.
games. So he has to. He has to shoot.
Maybe
he has
they could
to
try
score.
defense, but
He has to be ahead. Because he's just
a Jack.
Yeah.
It's
I'm sorry,
crazy
I said
because like when they played against us like that first game, I'm like, yo, Wizards defense looked like it was close. Like we won by like 5.
Yeah.
Like, yo, the Wizards defense looked annoying. I feel like they haven't played defense since. Like even though that was like a loss, like they've been annoying. Okay, how about Stephen Curry? I got his name this time.
Steph is definitely going. The sky's the limit. Okay. What's up?
I think I'll keep it up.
I think
Like I said, like there's nobody else in the Warriors that is going to step up.
it's almost the same situation.
Yeah.
As Bradley Beal.
He's
Yeah.
Steph.
Well, unfortunately, and they're actually calling in on defense and winning. So
Yeah. I'm not really. I'm like 50-50 on the Warriors right now with their start because like a lot of my thought process was like these guys would be playing better, but I never expected like Steph to up his game. Like I'm still thinking like Steph would give me a solid 24, 25, do his thing, but like
You really thought?
yeah, but I didn't expect him to dial in and be focused like this.
I did. I knew.
I
he
mean,
was.
listen, like all this talk about Damian Lillard being the best point guard in the league, he's not a real superstar. He needs super teams to win, even though that's still the stupidest rhetoric in the entire league right
bogus.
now. Obviously Steph is going to be a man in the midst. I really wish Clay was healthy though.
They will be taken off. Take off.
Yeah, because honestly, if Clay was healthy and the way
Like
Steph Curry is
that
playing right now, they'd probably be top 3 right now.
I agree.
Hold on.
Because a lot more pressure would be on Kelly Oubre, a lot more pressure would be on Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, they
Like
just play
it'll,
for real.
it'll just be it'll be a domino effect, like chain of command. Pressure would just alleviate
I agree.
right off the board.
Because if Steph and Clay are the Splash Brothers, they're just like, leaning into their dynasty. You know what I mean? As the Splash Bros. And then you got Kelly Oubre, bricking it. It's like, yo, I'm looking bad. So he's gonna step it up. You know what I mean? Because he's like, they're killing it.
And you got to remember that Klay Thompson's probably their best perimeter defender as well. So
Absolutely.
I just miss seeing Clay play, man. I can't wait to see him back.
I do miss the old Warriors. They were fun.
yeah,
That's why, like nowadays, you just gotta appreciate the product that's on the floor.
that super team Warriors. Even though nobody was checking for Klay Thompson with Draymond Green before that.
They definitely wasn't.
I don't get how.
I'm sorry, I'm throwing a lot of shade. Those people are just idiots.
Yeah, they don't make any sense. And if you want to give the Warriors some props, they did it right. Everybody they got was through the draft.
The only free agents that they really got was
Kevin Durant
Kevin
and an old David West.
Kevin Durant, David West. Did they trade for Iguodala or Iguodala?
I think they traded him from Denver.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had.
and Sean Livingston. I mean,
Everybody
Sean Livingston was out of the league because of that injury.
Yeah, he was like done in the league, and then he had the resurgence, and then
Yeah. How about CJ McCollum? Right now he's averaging 28.1.
I don't see it.
Nah, no chance.
But I feel like people always are like sleeping on CJ though. CJ's a solid scorer.
Yeah.
No, he is.
Yeah, but there's way too many bodies on that team to score. You got Dame, you got Gary Trent, you got
Right. There's a lot.
But CJ is that second option, no question.
Yeah.
Oh, and most nights he's the first because Dame's been different this year. I don't know what it is, but he's been different.
Nobody wants to talk about that.
He ain't. Oh no. We can definitely talk about it because he ain't been bubble Dame. I've been a little bit like, what's up with you? Like, is you good?
He's
Bro?
tired. He's tired.
Tired from what? He got bounced in the first round.
He got twins on the way, bro.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even still, the Blazers are 6-4, same as the Warriors.
Yeah, like I never. Like, a lot of people pick the Blazers being like a top 3 team. I'm like, are you kidding?
I mean, Charles every year picks them just to go to the championship.
At this point, a lot of people pick the Blazers being like a top 3 team. I'm like, are you kidding?
I mean, Charles every year picks them just to go to the championship.
At this point, I think he's trolling.
Yeah,
He's got
he's got to.
He's talking about he put 100K on the Blazers. Come on, yo, stop playing.
I mean, 100K and then new. So I got
That definitely ain't nothing to him.
It's like
man,
$10.
Yeah, no, he got that. Still got that T-Mobile commercial. I may be wrong.
Only thing I can think of with Chuck is who he played for. I love that segment. And then just like Kobe Bryant, for the pawn, fit the pawn. LeBron James, like, yo, he just be cracking me up. Like, I fool with Chuck.
No, I still think the best Chuck moment was like when Shaq was talking about. He was like, "Yo, if you would have talked to me like that with a bunch of," he was like, "First of all, you can't fight."
Bro, they be really going at it. Shaq be
Yeah,
mad. Like,
Yeah.
Shaq be yelling, "No, you can't talk unless you got championship rings. You can't talk." Like, you be just
No, Shaq is literally the most sensitive man on television.
He really is. He's big and soft.
Yeah.
If he hear this, he gonna be mad at us.
Yeah, no, Mr. Softy.
Right. He mad at
Say it to his face.
What's boy name?
Say it
From
to his
Utah?
face.
Rudy Gobert.
He been mad at
He
Rudy
hates
Gobert
Rudy
for just getting
Gobert,
paid.
bro.
Like, just
He's
for
like,
getting
yeah,
money.
I want to average 11 whatever at the game, and I want to get 50 whatever million.
That is crazy
Yeah.
though. Like, that's
No,
a
that is
lot of
wild.
money.
He doesn't really do much. It's
Listen,
a
He
fresh
doesn't.
start.
Listen, man, just get a better agent.
Yo, right. That's who you really got to shout out. Like his agent for getting him
But
paid.
but like I said, this is the kind of league that we're in. You know what I mean? People are getting deals left and right, premature deals at times.
I mean, that's like I saw like earlier today. It was like, wait, hold on, how come Sean Watson got as many commercials as Baker Mayfield? I'm like, because he has a better agent.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna come down to. How about Zach LaVine, 27.7 points per game?
And the
Aw,
Bulls are
baby
bad,
Zach.
so yeah.
Bulls
He's gonna have to.
really freaking bad.
I like Zach though, solid player.
Yeah,
I've been said that.
yeah, he's really good.
And then I see who's last on your list.
Oh,
The
what?
heartbreak.
Oh, Jason Tatum.
The heartbreak.
Ain't
part.
that
Like the
something?
pain in my heart that I
Yeah.
feel every time I look at him.
Yeah.
Just pain.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good too.
I don't know. It depends. Like if he gets if he still got that fresh cut, then like yeah, he'll keep it
He ain't
up.
got the fresh cut right now.
He the hottest in the league. Got that first. That's what he
like,
said.
Like shooting hot or
He said
because with shoe,
somebody-
I gotta figure out.
Okay, let
the
me
shit.
just
When
clarify
you say
with you
hot.
guys here. So he was mic'd up and he was like, when I got a fresh line, I'm not hotter than the league. It was funny. This guy, it was
Yeah.
funny. He was like really like confident. But
2 even.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum definitely the best in the Eastern Conference. When you got that 2 even,
Yeah.
the look with the waves, that's it. That curly top, nah, bro.
Oh, no, honestly, for a second, I thought Carmen was about to put him on the list.
I'm just saying, Jason Tatum, that's the one that got away, man. That's all. He will always be the one that got away.
Yeah. To be honest, if we drafted him, I'm not living in the past, but if we drafted him, I probably wouldn't talk trash about T-Boy Ben.
Because it would be insane. Like Ben, Jason, Embiid. Like it would have been just.
There's an alternate reality that happened,
I know.
and we're probably champions right
And
now.
Markel Fultz just tore his ACL. I hope he feels better.
Oh,
Markel.
yeah.
Sad.
Hope he feels better because he's. I mean, even though he didn't work out for us,
He
I
was
do.
balling for a
Yeah, I think that I'm proud of him for working
Thank God he
hard
got paid.
and for redeeming himself with the Magic.
Ain't the timing crazy?
Yeah.
Just got paid.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like he had this bad rap coming from us. He went there and proved, his haters wrong. Like, listen, I can ball, and I'm in a better place now, and I feel bad for him, kind of. But he got money, so he could.
We got about 1 minute left, maybe. Any hot takes?
Nah, I got nothing.
Sixers play tonight.
I ain't got nothing.
Still sick and hurt, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see later. I'm not mad about this.
Oh wow, Oklahoma's over 500 and got the AC right now. Congrats to them.
Oklahoma Thunder?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Surprise! They got
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Shea Gillis Alexander.
But he's
Swag,
nice.
the swag.
They got Horford out there leading the
drip
way.
guy. The
Horford
drip
closed out
guy.
like 2 games for them.
See?
Horford is
I'm
tough.
telling you, put different people in different teams, they flourish.
Change of scenery does wonders for everybody.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have. Once again, you got Chris Thomas.
Mark Thompson.
Get your girl Carm.
Thank you for tuning in to the Running Back Sports Show, Sports for the Culture.
Mm-hmm.
We will see you next time